This song is dedicated to the coronation of the Oba of the Kingdom. Who are called Oba Akanke. He said,
All right. Good morning, NGOs family. We are back here again. How are you guys doing today? It's Tuesday. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you. Depend on your own region over there. Yes, it's Tuesday here, 4th January 2022. Yes, I said it before the other day that the time is running so fast. I remember the last time or the first, we were wishing each other Happy New Year, Happy New Year. You know, even Christmas, you know. But today is 4th and the month is running so fast, as you all know that January runs like, in fact, I don't know how to describe it. The pace of January is surprising. So my people, time waits for nobody. So let us all try to always utilize our time properly. If you have wrong associates, 2022, you have to stop them. How do you recognize wrong associates? It's easy. Before we move on to the topic, people that you have been moving with for years, for example, and there's nothing like positive impact that have impacted you, or nothing, nothing you can really say that you've gained from them all these years. Then you have to put them aside for at least for once. Yes, it doesn't mean you are committing any offense. Just put them aside, and you know, because you can't be carrying the same people all the time. Meanwhile, we are not here for motivational talk this morning. We are here for the realism of the news coming from Edo State. Yes, as you can see right there on my title, Edo State government set to shut down illegal foundations who are operating as a business. Who are these illegal foundations? It's not my duty to say this foundation is illegal, this one is legal. But the reason why I'm talking about this morning is that the ministry, Edo State Ministry of Women Affairs, Nigeria was called on them less than 24 hours. They're already acting to their responsibilities. For the first time, Nigeria Watch is calling on them. How many of you remember that yesterday we called on the Edo State Women Ministry of Women Affairs? Just yesterday here, yesterday morning, our first broadcast yesterday, we're calling on their attention. And that same yesterday evening, they reacted. I cannot say it's because of us, but it looks like. Because some people might think, now, why are you giving yourself credit? Why are you, okay, it's okay, that's fine. But it looks like. We'll be calling on different ministries and all that, but the first time we are calling on Edo State Ministry of Women Affairs, they're already responding. Before I move on, as you all know, I'd like to recapitulate to bring your memories back to what we are doing. You know, my people, let me recognize my people right here. I can see Israel Samuel, my brother, is in the building with us. Good morning to you. I can see Mother of All, Mommy Diaspora, is right here with us. Good morning to you, Mommy. Thanks for joining us. Edgar Natus Azua, good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. Vivian the Rose in the building. Good morning to you. Thank you very much for joining us. Osifo John, good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. Bishop Ahire, good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. True Story Lady P, I can see right there. Good morning to you and thanks for joining us. Charles, good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. God bless every one of you. Let's move on right now because we need to move on straight. I don't know if I should put a link out on this so that we can talk on it together. But I don't know because about 2022, I'm going to be putting out a link more often because I was told last year that you're doing a great job, but it will be more better when we all are sharing ideas, even when we share the ideas on the comment section. But when everybody is on the screen, I think it make a lot of sense. So let's do this together. Osas Jimo, I see right there. Ima Igbedion, good morning. Thanks for joining us. God bless you all. Yes, my people, just less than 24 hours calling on Edo State Women Affairs. They have responded. You know, we called them yesterday on this. We're on the street right now, on the street of Benin City. Yes, let's do this together, my people. If you are joining us, always share our videos and hit the like button, please. Thank you very much, my people. Yes, we are calling the attention of Edo State Ministry of Women Affairs because we want them to rise up to their own responsibilities. You heard that, right? You heard that. That was just yesterday morning. Yesterday evening, Edo State Ministry of Women Affairs, who have been sleeping for so many years. If I tell myself social media get power, some of them they say, no, you're just talking on social media. It is do this. Listen, guys, all government all over the world are scared of social media. Not only Nigerian government, all government all over the world are scared of social media. In fact, civilized countries are even investing on social media. It's only Nigerian government that is trying to cut social media away. Because the things that we can talk about, Chinese TV cannot talk about it how it's supposed to be. ITV cannot. What's it called? All these mainstream medias in Nigeria, they can talk about it, but they cannot analyze it how it's supposed to be. You know why? Because almost all of them have been compromised. Almost all have been compromised. But we here, we say it how it is. Less than 24 hours, less than 12 hours. Even 24 hours is a law. Less than 12 hours, they reacted. I believe they reacted to this video because this is charity. We went to record this in King Square in Benin City there, Edo State. Although almost everything that's happening in Edo State, 90% of it are happening in Benin City. I understand those that live outside Benin City might be wondering how come we don't talk much about them and all that. Listen, guys, land grabbing, they just sit down for Benin City. Many things that's happening is in Benin City. So we know that you guys exist, but if we can sort out Benin City, the blessing will flow to your own side. How many of you remember this, my people? How many of you remember this video yesterday? Let's listen a little bit to this before we go to their response. All right? If you are joining us, always share our videos and hit the like button, please. Thank you very much, my people. Yes, we are calling the attention of Edo State Ministry of Women Affairs because we want them to rise up to their own responsibilities with the kind of things that's currently going on in Benin City. So I would like you all to watch this and see for yourself. Thank you very much, my people. Video though. To you, happy new year to you. Good morning from here, Cynthia.
Okay, remove this child out of this place. I collected their number. Oga, remove her. Come remove this child. Come for this song. Oga, remove this child away from this song. Stop. Where you? I never used to talk to you. This is how they joke. You want to help a child. Since morning, the child this song. What kind of wickedness is that? Is this one help? Are you not causing more harms to the boy?
Okay, my people, I'm just going to forward and forward. I don't want us to watch all this video. I'm trying to recapitulate to bring a memory back to how we all started all this yesterday morning. And those State Women Affairs responded within 12 hours.
Where's your other guy? Your guy, where's your guy?
Friendly.
Wait. Oba, follow us. So you want get fault? You want get fault? You want get fault? Follow where your guy run. Your guy created this suspicion. Yes.
Okay, I'm stopping that right there. I just wanted to recapitulate, like I said before. I want you guys to, because I always like to carry people along. Some people might just be here for the first time. They don't understand how the whole scenario started. Okay. For those of you just joining us right now, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you. I can see Rita Adams in the building with us. Good morning to you. Thanks for joining us right now. Yesterday, we called on the attention of Edo State Women Affairs to rise up to their responsibilities because of the kids on the streets, because of the suffering, and because of how some people are not taking advantages of the less privileged ones to extort money from the people as well. Like we showcased some examples just now. Yesterday, if you want to watch the full video, is the first ever video we projected yesterday on our channel. Right, yesterday evening, Edo State Women Affairs, they responded. Ministry of Women Affairs, they responded swiftly. Now, they are saying, they want to shut down all illegal foundations, using their foundations for business in those states. My people, yes, I like this. That's why I said when you are criticizing the government, always be constructive because they are listening to you. Yes, they are listening to you. Be constructive. When you are not constructive, they don't want to watch you. When you are insulting them, they won't like you. They don't want to watch you. But when you are passing the message to them, a message that we get into their skin, a message that will affect them so hard. Although when they are watching you, they might not like you, but they know you are passing the message. So before you pass the message the second time, the third time, some of them won't respond. Like at those State Ministry of Women Affairs, I believe they don't like criticism. They don't want to hear it. They want to quickly respond right now. So this is it here. I like to work with classified information, legitimate sources. That is what NGOs work with. Anything we project here, you can sue us. Okay, but before you sue us, always try to sue our legitimate sources first. This one is coming from Punch. Punch is a legitimate source. We use them. We use Vanguard. We use all mainstream medias in Nigeria. And Nigeria Watch is not a platform where we just go on Facebook and pick any information and come on air and talk about it. No, we must do our own investigation and be sure in case, because what we are doing right now, you could be taken to court. You don't know. The government can just rise up and say, hey, Nigeria Watch, you are misleading the people, this and that, you're in trouble. We are registered in Nigeria. We are registered in the United Kingdom. All right? So we don't just come on air and talk. And for me, it's my field. You all, I've told you all what I studied. I studied film and media. That's it. And I'm practicing both. So my people, thank you very much. This one is coming from legitimate source, which is Punch newspaper. Those State to shut down charity homes operating as businesses. Before I move on, let me look at the comment section, because sometimes I don't look at the comment section. All right, someone said I should put the link out. Let me put the link out in case you want to join. 1 minute. Let me just put down the comment section before I move on. But I don't want us to stay too long here, though. But depend on how the conversation goes, though. The link, let's see. 1 minute. I'm just going to put down the comment section and pin it. There's a link right there on the comment section. I just pinned it, right? So I only put it on YouTube, though. For those of you watching me on Facebook, click on the link to YouTube for you to find this link. So the link is inside the link. I don't know how to explain that. Why? Because I can't go to Facebook right now to paste it there. Okay, my people, like I said before. Okay, Rita Adam said, too much fake charity littered like pure water. You did not add it in Edo State or in Nigeria. Because for me, I think there's a lot of them. In Nigeria as a whole, governments are not actually doing their job. Is the truth. In Nigeria as a whole, yeah, we have a lot of them capitalizing on these less privileged individuals to enrich themselves. Yes, there's a lot of them. You know, we arrested some of them yesterday that we showcased to you. Watch that video. It's on our platform for you to see for yourself. Right. Happy New Year to you, Emily Igodara. I can see right there. Good morning to you, Joshua Aya. I see you right there. Bishop Akire. I see every one of you. Say every online charity in those days should be shut down. Okay, every. I think I disagree with that. Not every. Some of them. You know, some of them. Not all. Isaac King, I see you. Good morning to you. Clarence Bell in the building with us. Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, let's move on. Mr. Johnson Emmanuel, I see you right there. Linda, I see you as well. Social Metal TV, I see you. Wow, I don't know when all this one take join. My people, see my family. Okay, let's just move on. Thank you very much. God bless every one of you. Okay, yes. Like I said before, I'm going to be reading from here. I don't know if I should put it on the screen. Okay, let me just put it on the screen because sometimes amongst everyone here, you still have your haters here. So our haters are everywhere. So because of that, we try to put everything up there so that our haters can see that we don't just talk, because some of them might think, no. Okay, let me put this on the screen. I'm just screenshotting. Okay, give me a minute, my people. I try to be organized, but it's not too easy. Okay, just give me a minute to put this on the screen. As I'm reading, at least you can read along with me, and let's take it together. Please share. Please help me to share and like this video, please. It's not easy for me to do everything by myself. Let's be working together, please, 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 please. While I'm doing this, just help me to share. And okay, let me stop here. I'll read the rest, okay? Because let me stop here. Just help me to share, my people, please. Share and like. Let me stop here. Can 1 minute, my people. Okay. All right. It's right there. And we start from here. As you can see right there, I started by saying, Edo to shut down charity homes operating as businesses in Edo State. The Edo State government has disclosed plans to set up a committee to monitor and audit orphanage homes in Edo State, in the state, threatening to close down and prosecute orphanage homes operating as businesses as against their designation as charities. The Commissioner for Social Development and Gender Issues, Maria Edeko, who stated this on Monday, which was just yesterday, the same day that we talk about this and we called for their attention. Okay, so let's move on. Who stated this on Monday, said the committee will formulate holistic policies on the management of orphanage homes and adoption in line with the state's child rights law. She said orphanages are charity homes set up to cater for children without parents, those beyond parental care, and other vulnerable persons whose parents may be alive but are unable to cater for them. But today, our people have misconception. People have a misconception about these homes and see them as business ventures. They build orphanage homes with the intention to make profits rather than for charitable purposes. Some even add a maternity side by side with the orphanage homes where they deliver people of babies and turn the place into a baby factory. They bring underage children to such homes to make babies and sell them, or traffic these children as far as outside Nigeria despite the restriction on international adoption. Now, she still talk. So orphans are vulnerable persons. They are subject to all forms of exploitation. They are vulnerable to being trafficked, abused, and sold. You will understand that the issue of human trafficking has been a very strong challenge globally, and at the state level, Governor Godwin Obaseki has made serious effort to stamp out human trafficking in Edo State. She continues. But before that, let me see, okay, if you guys are still following me. Okay, let me put this one there. Okay. All right, let's be going together, my people. Yes, she continues. As the ministry with responsibility to investigate any adoption process in line with the Making Edo Great Again agenda, we are committed to sanitizing the system and will be setting up a committee to audit orphanage homes in Edo State and come up with holistic policies on adoption and management of orphanage homes in line with the child rights law. This is topmost on our agenda for the new year. All right. Then she continued. The government of Governor Obaseki is talking about institutional reforms and sectoral reforms. It then means we must reform every department that is within the purview of this ministry. So we have continued to train and restrain the proprietors and proprietresses of these orphanage homes, and looking at the children today, I can see they are very beautiful. They are doing things that normal children will do. She continues, we are going to do an audit and remove all those that came into this as a business. It is a charity, and if you do not have the heart to do charity, you cannot be in the issue of managing orphanage homes. If you are here for wrong reason, better take your leave. It is not going to work, and we will put many of them behind bars. And be small, if you be fake charity, maybe you run now, they say you go prison, behind bars, and we will close the orphanages that are for businesses. Only those that are for true charity will be allowed to function are there are standard for running orphanages home in Edo State. The commissioner noted. Yes, say my people, let's come back to make una see my face again. We're reading. I carry my face come here. All right, my people. The government has spoken. Before that, make I drink my coffee. Make una no verse. Make I, say my coffee. I know they use how they play every morning. Okay. What I'm saying here is that government, I like this. Thank you. I like this. Any charity that is operating in Edo State, in fact, in Nigeria, if it's legitimate, that's fine. Allow them to operate, because the government, you yourself, have failed woefully on your own responsibility. Okay? This is why charities are capitalizing on your failure, because you failed to give social amenities to less privileged ones, to build homes for them, to cater for them. Now, fraudsters are not capitalizing on these things, in the name of we are helping the children. That's my take. So government, Edo State government, I want you to accept that you are failed in this area. So now you are rising to your responsibility. At the same time, I want to applaud you. Thank you. All right. But the but inside, before I start taking calls and before I start accepting people to the floor, my but is, let me put the phone number right there. My but is the Edo State government. Okay, let's say the Ministry of Women Affairs said we have set up a committee. That one I be my but too. All the committees that the Edo State government have been setting, or they have set, or they will set, all of them are not active. Check it. Since Governor Obaseki has been in power, all the committees that Governor Obaseki have been setting, all of them are not active. Now they want to set another committee. All these committees, so who are those questioning them? Who are those monitoring them? Who are those checkmating them? Because for me, to the best of my knowledge, all the committees they have put in place in this Governor Obaseki's government, none of them is active. Look at the committee they set up for Oyan Fokoromi. All those committees, all of them from beginning to the end, all of them failed woefully. They are corrupt. Yes, I said it. Nigeria said it. If you know you are not corrupt, the same way Ministry of Women Affairs responded to our video just yesterday morning, respond to us and counter us. Counter us by saying, I'm not corrupt. Stop saying I'm corrupt, because you're not doing your job. All the committee that they put together for PPP law on the same land grabbing, they also failed woefully. As we speak, they failed. I don't know about tomorrow. Now they want to set another committee. All the committee they are setting, they are putting together in Edo State, they have always failed woefully. There's every possibility that this same committee now, because Edo State Ministry of Women Affairs, I'm calling you again for the second time in less than 24 hours. If you don't want this, your committee to also fail woefully, you must monitor them. Yes, because all the committees that you are all have been setting in Edo State, all of them have failed. So hopefully, fingers crossed, may these ones, may they not fail as well. We have our brother, Mr. Victor, in the building with us. Good morning to you, Mr. Victor.
Yeah, good morning, Nigeria Watch. I greet you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, sir. Thank you very much for joining us. I bet which country they join us from?
Yeah, I'm joining from Netherlands.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I guess you have something to say about this. Go ahead, talk to us.
Yes, I have something to say. It's a very good thing. It's a very good development, as far as in my view, and it's good that we are discussing it on this platform, because these are the things we should be discussing, and see anywhere the government has erred and where the government has done well. We can also provide solutions for going forward. So what I would say, to begin my own submission, what I would say about this move the government has made, I would say overall is a good move. You understand? Yeah. Because we have to start, doing things properly in our country. You understand? While charity, orphanages, they are good things. Don't get me wrong; they are very good. I like or even more. They're not even enough. We even need more in the country, all over the country. It is a good thing. But at the same time, government also needs to play its role. Exactly. You understand? And provide the regulation that is required for this thing, so that it's not abused. Because people are abusing it now. Mm-hmm. That is what I see. People are abusing it now. And some people might want to argue that, people can become sentimental about this and say, government is not doing anything. They should leave charity alone. They are doing what government is doing. They are doing what government is doing. So people like to say that. But the role of charity and the role of government in society is different. They are not the same thing. It's different completely. Let's understand that. And also, if we want to argue that, why is it? And we should also remove sentiments and ask ourselves, what does the Constitution say about charities, orphanages, and foundations in Nigeria? What does the law say? Let's focus on the law. Let's not be sentimental. Let's not try and say, it's not that time bringing sentiment into it. No, our country is guided by constitution and laws. Yes, you understand. And it's about time government starts acting. But
the problem we have in Nigeria, in Edo State, because I'm focusing more on Edo State right now, our government, Governor Obaseki's administration doesn't have actions. And
what do you mean? What do you mean by action? What can you expatiate on
that? Set up committees.
Can you be specific? What do you mean by actions?
Yes, that's what I'm saying now. They set up committees and they pronounce, but there's no single action. Every pronouncement from Governor Obaseki and his cabinet, none of them have been active.
Okay. Yeah. Let me ask you a question on the issue of committees. When an issue, the way I understand government, when an issue comes up and government wants to act and they are not sure how to act about it, they set up a committee to investigate the issue. Okay. So the committee will not, after the committee finish their investigation, they will now make a report and give recommendations to government.
Okay. So what happened after making a recommendation?
So the committees you are talking about, I don't know whether they have finished their work or they are still doing their work.
How long? They set up the committee for PPI for the past 8 months. Till now, they are still doing their job, right? When people are dying.
I'm not in government. I cannot tell you how long their work is for, or I'm just telling you the process. Whether they have finished their work now or something that report to government, I don't know. That is someone from government will come and answer that question. But my question, and I'm just telling you the process. Government use committees to get information about certain issues and recommendations from the committee and report. And based on that report, the government will now act. You understand? So whether the PPP committee or whatever committee, whether they finish their investigation or their work, I don't know at the moment. You understand? So that is a story for another day. It's a different matter. You understand? But what I am saying is that, these charities, foundation, orphanages, they need regulation, and rightly so. We cannot just be doing things anyhow as a country. There must be regulation in everything. Government has to step in and regulate different sectors. That is the role of government. So when government come out and and say that they want to set up a committee to look into foundations and this, I think they are playing their role. That is what they should be doing. They should be regulating these things. So, but the question is how far government goes or how effective they are in doing this thing is another story. You understand? But that is what they should be doing as government. You understand? So I don't think, I think the government are taking the right direction. They're in the right step. But the important thing is to see how effective they can be in providing this regulation for for foundations, charities, and orphanages, and what have you. So that is my submission for the time being. Hello? Hello? Najawash. Hello? Hello?
Mr. Victor, I think there's a problem.
I lost my connection right there. I'm so sorry about that. Can you hear me, guys? I lost my connection right there. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah. We can hear you.
Okay, Israel, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you now.
Okay, good. I think we also lost Mr. Victor as well, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I think he might be coming back now.
All right. Okay, Israel, thank you very much for joining us. Good morning to you. And I can see Mr. Chris right here. Good morning to you. Can you hear me, sir?
Good morning, Nigeria.
We cannot hear you. Please be closer to your mic.
Good morning, Nigeria. Can you hear me, Nigeria?
Yes. Which country are you joining us from?
I'm calling from Belgium.
Belgium. Okay, thank you very much. Please, before we go to Mr. Israel, Mr. Chris, talk to us. What's your take on this?
My take on this is good for the regulation of these foundations, because it's getting too much for these fraudulent foundations in Edo State. And you see, most of the time you watch on the internet, when you see them fighting themselves, they're trying to see the legit ones. Some of them just trying to find the better legit. Those are not the legit way of doing money. We here in the diaspora, we know our foundation have been run over here, credibility and the rest, and people donate freely to foundation. But the ones we are seeing in Nigeria, mostly in Edo State, now they are money making avenues to extort people from the diaspora. That's my take over it, and it's a good development for the government for bringing this initiative.
Okay, all right.
But
My brother Chris.
our prayer is, if they can enforce the laws, and there should not be bribing and corruption. This is one of those things that we face in the place we call Nigeria, mostly Edo States, the place we come from. So
Yes, you
it's a
are
good
right. That is
development.
what I was discussing with Mr. Victor before my connection was disconnected. Because enforcing the law is the biggest problem we have in that state, especially in those states. These guys, our government speak on things that is affecting you and I, but to implement it, to bring this into law, becomes a problem.
Yes, that's the problem.
Now they talked about this today on the 4th, on the 3rd of January. Don't be surprised. In December, we are still going to be talking about this issue. They cannot enforce it.
Yes, that's something. That's why we have to have some check and balances. That's why Nigeria Watch. I'm not going to call another name. There's one again about Obas. I normally watch his video. He's always still fighting about this same thing. So I know everybody has his own personal interest. Please don't get me wrong. Sorry for saying that. Everybody has his own personal interest, but at least at the stand. But when we were growing up, we heard about Project Shari Love. Those are donate when you see them doing the reworks. But the ones we are seeing now is just gathering people. There's no motive of operandos. Everybody just gather for you, just share, just bring money.
The truth is,
foundation having
Mr.
a personal account. A foundation having a personal account. Can you understand that fact?
Mr. Chris, the truth is, I'm not fighting any foundations at all. I've never done that. I'm only responding to what the government wants to do, because I know obviously we have fake foundations in Edo, because I projected one yesterday. Yes, I projected one yesterday.
Yes, I watched the video. I watched the video. This is what most people are from other states, a neighboring state. They're going to bring sick people, grant them up with one or two letters of sympathy, put down, they will start making money from there. And if you like the way I watched that video, it was so
Okay.
pathetic yesterday seeing them like that. I thank you, Niger Watch, for, and your other guy, what's his name in Benin? The guy, Chris, what's his name? Your other guy in Benin that normally does your most of your
Okay, my staff.
Photoshop. The guy is really trying for you.
Yes,
Your guy that covered that video yesterday. Yes, he's dressed, lefty. So God bless him and God bless your good job. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Brother Chris. Yes. Brother Victor, we have you back again.
Yes, sorry, Niger. I had a little problem with my network, so I had to correct some errors. You know.
Okay, good. Yes, go ahead, talk to us.
Yeah, like I was saying, you know, you raise the issue of committees not being effective and they're taking too long or what have you. Yes, that could be right, but I believe it is not wrong also for government to set up committees. If government want to get information about certain issues, they want to know more about certain or how to go or how to proceed in doing certain things, they can set up a special committee to investigate the issue and submit a report and give recommendations to government, and the government will act. But the issue of committees taking so long, that's a different matter for another. Yes, you ask me how long will committees take and all that. That I don't know. I cannot speak for the government, but what I know is that, you know, committees, that is why committees are set up. You understand? So how long a committee does its job and report back to government is another story. You understand? So what I'm saying is that, you know, government setting up a committee to look into orphanages and charities and foundation, I think it's a step in the right direction. Whether it becomes, you know, really how efficient or how efficient it becomes in the future is another story.
So, but are we sure these committees will not be taking bribes? Because as you know, that everybody can buy their way through. Because the previous committee all of them are not active.
Yeah, that's another discussion. Whether the committee can be compromised, we don't know. But
many of them have been compromised. For Koromi committee, I believe they compromised till now. The PP law, I believe they compromised till now. We are not hearing anything. So don't be surprised.
But Niger Watch, we don't have any evidence of that. Let's not get sentimental.
That's what I'm saying. Anything that is saying too long, sir, you don't need evidence. This is the biggest problem we have in Nigeria. You set up a committee for the past 8 months. Your committee is not active. They are not doing anything. What do you have to say? Do you need evidence for everything? In the Western world, sir, will you set up a committee that you will wait forever before you get a result? We cannot wait for evidence for everything. What is happening to the committee for help?
Niger Watch. Before I started this my submission, I used the word that we should try and not be too sentimental about these things. You know, let's be objective. Let's be objective about these things. Let's look at it from the point of the law. You understand? You know.
Yes. No. Listen, sir. If you are looking at it in the point of the law, I'm looking at it because of the previous failure of the government. Because they have previously set up a committee who failed. That's how I'm looking at it.
I understand you, sir. I understand you. But what I am saying is that, you understand, I am trying to be, I don't want to be on this side or on that side. I want to be in the middle and try and take an objective view of everything.
No, you can. Okay, sir. Okay, fine. Let me ask you a question. What is your take on the committee they set up on Ohio for Koromi for the past 1 year? And what is also your take on the committee they set up on PP law for the past 7 months now or 8 months?
Wait. There are two committees, right? One for to investigate Ohio for Koromi.
Yes.
And one for PPP law.
Yes, it's two.
Let's take the Ohio for Koromi one. I think the committee, why should you set up a committee for an individual? You know, government made an error there. For me, if Ohio Koromi has aired or he's selling lands or he's grabbing lands, and there's enough, they should take him to court. It's only the court that can convict him.
God bless you. Now you are talking.
Listen,
they set up a committee for an individual because they have an affiliation with him.
Nigeria Watch committee cannot convict anybody to jail. It's only the
I know the
that can
committee, the meaning of committee, go there, investigate, and come back to report to me. That's what it means.
That's all.
So what are they reporting?
They cannot. It's only a judge. It's only a judge that can sentence a wife of Okoromi. No other person can do it.
That's what I'm saying. What is the committee reporting as we speak?
That's what I'm saying. For me, it's an error to open a committee for an individual. It doesn't make sense.
Okay, good. So what about the PPP? The committee, they are still sleeping. We need to wake them up now.
Listen. The PPP law, it's a law. You understand? Let's get something clear. Laws are made by the legislation, and then laws are interpreted by the judiciary. You understand? The business of making law is different from the business of interpreting the law. They are not the same thing. Let's get that clear. So even this PPP law that they have made now, it could be challenged in court by somebody, and then the court will interpret the law and pass judgment on it. That is how it works. So when you make a law, you understand, the law is there. The important thing now is to put law enforcement that will enforce that law. So if anybody is arrested based on that law and sentenced to court, it is not up to the judiciary to interpret the law to find out whether the person is guilty or not. That is how it works.
That's what I'm saying. The committee are taking too long. That is my concern.
So the committee on PPP law, I don't know what they have been charged with. What is their responsibility? What has government told them to do? Okay. If I set up a committee now, I say, okay, this is your purpose. This is what I want you to investigate and get back to me. So we need to get more details. What is the committee's role or PPP? What are they? Because the law have already been passed. So what I'm saying that
their role is to investigate land grabbers, investigate illegal. There's so many laws that banded this.
Okay.
My concern is the delay.
Okay, my problem is that even after investigating, you understand, what next? Because do they take them to court? Because it's only the court that can convict anybody in Nigeria.
That's what I'm saying. Even before court, we are still waiting for the report from the committee. Let's get the report first. Where is these committees? They are nowhere to be found.
So are you saying that they have not finished their job?
We have not for the past 1 year. We don't know where they are. No, we need to hear from them before court.
That's what I'm saying now. What is the status of their job at the moment?
No status, sir. No status. No report. No message.
So if they've not come out with anything, then we cannot say much because we've not heard anything from them.
So do you like it that way?
Sorry?
Do you like it that way? That okay, because we have not heard anything from them,
I would want
we should continue waiting forever.
No, I would want things done quickly, and I want it.
Do you know how many people that are being killed in different communities right now? Do you currently know the atrocities and the killings that is happening in Obage community right now?
Nigeria Watch, let me tell you, when it comes to land grabbing issue, it's a very complicated. You know, there is the government aspect of it. Then there's traditional aspect of it.
That's what I'm saying. Government, tell us your responsibility first. We should stop castigating blames.
Government is acting in their own. They've made a law.
That's what I'm saying. What are they acting? Let me tell me, government.
Nigeria Watch, let me land. Nigeria Watch, let me land, please. Governments have their own role to play in land grabbing.
What's their role?
Let me finish now. Let me finish. Then tradition has their role to play too. So on the side of government, I think they've set up a PPP law already. There's a committee that is taking too long to come out with a report. That is government. But on the side of tradition, I don't know what they are doing.
That's what I'm saying. But we must hear. Excuse me, sir. We must hear from the committee.
We must hear from the committee. I'm not disputing that fact with you. We've not heard from them, and it's very bad. They should speed up their investigation.
Okay. Let's hear from
what I'm saying is that the complexity surrounding land grabbing there is tradition and there's government aspects. So, and both sides we must look at how to solve it from both sides. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, all right. Hold on. Let's hear from someone else. Israel, talk to us.
Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, Nigerians, and also those in diaspora here and back home. And thank you for this topic. And I also thank Mr. Victor, my fellow panelist here. He spoke well, and I listened to everything that you guys are saying. You know, when we talk about all this government shutting down things, is long due for this process to take place is because when laws are being passed in the country, especially in our society today, they are not being taken the way it's supposed to be. And this is why all these things are not coming in, and it's still, we still see these things, illegal things still going on. Like what Mr. Victor said, committees are set to investigate matters and also pass to the judiciary to interpret the law if anyone that is found guilty of it. That is true. It is a law because the committee, whatever it gets, is going to present it back to the court. Those are evidences. For example, the ones you sent to the Edo State House of Assembly, all these are evidences when they are finding. So they read what you said and they investigate the matter and compare it to it. So they now, write a complete, episode of how their investigation go.
That's what I'm saying. What about the duration? We're talking about the duration now.
That is another thing that we have to ask the government and the committee itself, because they have to have certain time where this thing has to go. Because it's not only the committee cannot stay for 1 year. We need to know. Even what happened in England the other day, the Grenfell Tower, you see how the committee, in less than 2 months, they wrapped it up and they submit their findings. And people who were responsible, some of them resigned. Because you cannot
Nigeria, we have to wait for 1 year or 2 years.
This is how, when I say, I keep on using the word law. What are laws? We need to understand the word law. They are rules of actions established by an authority. An example is a state, or what we know as Nigeria as a country today. But when these laws are not being followed, there is a problem. The reason why our society, we are finding these things like this is because now our people are beginning to understand what laws are, and because of how the foundation of our society was placed. And this is why this thing is now kind of having a tit for tat game, whereby the people who understand the law are giving back the government.
Who do we blame now for the delays on Ohen Fokoromi's committees, the PPP law committees, and this current committee they just put in place right now?
Well,
who do we blame for the delays?
We are going to blame the government, and we are going to blame the committee itself, the members of the committee. Why are you not carrying out your function? Why was the committee set? What was the aim? And the government they have to go and ask, what is your findings? You are delaying time. We don't have time for this, so that the judiciary can carry out their own process as well. Because we cannot blame the judiciary as right now, because they are not having every evidence to prosecute anyone. So everybody's going to be sitting down in their houses or, riding flashy cars, because there's no evidence presented to the court.
I don't know why Nigerian government will set up a committee without a frame of time. You're setting up a committee, you're supposed to give them a time, a limited time, that within so time to so time, I want to get a result from you. We cannot be waiting for a committee. For example, I will continue to go reference to Ohen Fokoromi. We are still waiting. As we speak, all we are seeing is that Ohen Fokoromi is dining with Governor Obaseki in one party or the other. That's what we are saying. I've showcased it here, or I've broadcasted it here on my channel. Right now, we are talking about fake charities right now who are operating in Edo State, which I projected one of them yesterday. Now, thank God, I applaud the Edo State Ministry of Women Affairs for responding swiftly to our plight. Fine. But this committee, who knows how long you and I are going to also wait for this committee to be active.
Yeah, Nigeria Watch, you know one thing, when you talk about these charities and NGOs and whatever, you know, there are procedures when doing these things. You know, first of all, when you are setting all these things, it has to align with the government's law, the laws that have been placed in that country that enables you. You have to have, number one, in setting up this thing, you have to have a device plan. A device plan. Then number two, you have to select the name of the foundation. Number three, you appoint a trustee, a person qualified to be appointed as a trustee, not less than 18 years of age, or unsold mind, or undischarged bankrupt, or convicted of offense involving fraud or dishonest within 5 years of his proposed appointment. Number four is consult an accredited solicitor. You get what I'm saying? Then number
Yes.
when you are doing these things, number five is, you know, drafting all this documentation of corporate documents, drafting meetings, and, you know, submitting of filings, collection of NGOs of certificate of incorporation. All these things are under the CAC. You know, they know all these things. Do you know the reason why we are still falling in? It's the failure of how this foundation was set up using these rules. You understand me? Now you're talking about committee. The people that we are selecting in this committee, are they really good in what they are asked to do? What do they really find? How credible are they? These are things. That is why you see me when I always use the word.
Mr. Israel, my concern here is, even though they are good or they are not good, when you have a limited time you give to them and they deliver to you and you are not contented, you are not satisfied, you change them, you set up another committee. Listen, when the government is too sluggish, this is what we get.
Yes,
it's the truth.
You can. I told you one time. I've been hitting the name all the time here when it comes to our government right now. What the governor is doing right now, that is how it's supposed to be. But we still have a problem with the foundation. I told you, when you have a stick as a foundation of your house, a stick, you have 4 sticks as a foundation, and you are putting Dangote Smith, even if you go and put the highest block in the world, it's not going to work because the foundation is not properly set. When you make a committee like
now, don't you also think, before we move back to Mr. Victor, don't you also think that the failure of the government is what the fake charities are capitalizing on?
Yes. Are you talking about the fake charities? You have religious houses like that are extorting people's money, just making them look as if they are stupid.
You see the same failure of the government.
You cannot have. You saw what happened during the Christmas. Somebody, you know, fluttering money around, and do you think it happens on the other side of the world? It's impossible, because there are laws prohibiting such things. You need to follow the guideline. I told you, they capitalize on this because of the skeletal framework they give you as a foundation. So it doesn't work. So whether a good governor, or like someone said one time on this side, even if you bring Jesus Christ, it's not going to work. He's going to be taking bribes. Do you know why? Because the people you are putting inside those things are just doing this thing to their own selfish interest. Some people are there in belief.
Now, Mr. Israel, I'm going to pause you right there. Let me go back to Mr. Victor. Mr. Victor, are you there with me? Mr. Victor, let me unmute you. Can you hear me, Mr. Victor?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Victor. Now, thanks very much for your patience. Now that they are closing down some charities and all that, how do we identify legitimate charities who are doing the good job and the fake ones? How do you think?
Reading the statement from the commissioner, you know, that you read. I think there are guidelines, you know, for assessing these charities and foundations. So I think the first, for me, I think the way the government will, I don't know how they will approach it, but I think the way they will approach it is to, first of all, you know, gather the data of all foundations and charities around within the states, and then try and see which of them are within guidelines. You know, there are specific guidelines to operate charities and foundations in the country, of course. You know, so I think that will be the first point of call, is to first of all find out, you know, are they within guidelines, you know, and whether if they are within guidelines, how are they operating? For example, you know, I think let me just say this quickly, and I think one of the things that has, you know, that has made these fake charities and foundations to thrive recently is the advent of social media. You know, someone can just open a platform and say, "Oh, I'm a charity, donate," you know, and the people start donating. Sorry?
I said, and everyone will start donating.
And everyone will start donating without any we say it's a foundation without any registration or regulation or any, without following any guidelines. They just start doing whatever they like. You know, another thing I also see too, you know that even in Europe or in the Western world, foundation accounts are audited by government sometimes. I don't know if you are aware.
That is correct.
You
Absolutely
understand?
correct.
You understand? But you see some of all these fake foundations, they will even put their own personal accounts for you to donate money into it. You understand? So these are some of the things that are not right. These are not how foundations are run. These are not how foundations are operated. You understand? So I think,
even Mr. Victor, sorry to cut you short there. Even those children they are bringing from another state to our King Square to be begging money, what can you as well say about it?
That is, for me, that is child abuse. Because you are taking advantage of those young children, using them for your own selfish purpose, and at the same time, the children, you are not even changing their lives. Their life remains the same. You know, they are even worse off than when you after using them to gather this money, you don't even see any sign of the money in them. You don't even use it for the children. So I think it's child abuse. I think it's a crime. I think it's wrong. You know, you are not allowed to do that. You cannot take advantage of children like that. For me, I'm totally against it. You understand? So,
and if you see, because of what you just said right now, Mr. Victor, let me show you, because I support you 100% on this. Check what happened here. You said you are begging, soliciting for help from the public. You left a child and a son from morning to night, you know, and check this. 1 minute. Let me just put this right there. Let me forward it to the
Since morning, the child is. Oh, God, remove this child away from this song. Come. Where you? I never used to talk to you. This is how they joke. You want to help a child. Since morning, the child this song. What kind of wickedness is that? Is this one help? Are you not causing more harms to the boy? Wait.
We end up arresting them. Watch this.
Oba, follow us. Come, you want get fault? You want get fault? You want get fault? Follow where your guy on. Your guy created this suspicion. Yes.
Okay, the reason why I play back that video is because of what my brother, Mr. Victor, said. This is a child abuse. You are begging the public for money to help a child, and the same child in the sun for about 12 hours sitting there. You know, Mr. Victor, go ahead before we talk to
that is totally unacceptable. That is totally unacceptable. Yeah. Honestly, there is no justification for such action. Is for me, there is no excuse. I don't want to hear an excuse. It is not right. It is wrong. It is unacceptable. And these are the things government should also look into. You know, try and curb all these things. Try and curb all this, you know, because our streets, you know, we need to see as a government, you understand, government, is in many areas in their responsibility, they are lacking behind, I must say. You understand? These are the things that, government should, thank God we have a ministry of women affairs or whatever. What are they doing in that ministry? You understand? That is, what is the commissioner doing? Because I don't want to mention the governor.
Sorry, Mr. Victor. In some cases, these people get allocations, and this Ministry of Women Affairs, they've been there. What is their job? Is it not their function?
I don't want to mention the governor too much, because governor cannot be everywhere. But there is a ministry, there's a commissioner. So what is their job? What are they doing?
Okay,
that is the question that needs answers. What are they doing? Because
all right, Mr. Victor. Before we move on, let's welcome the good comrade into the building. Good morning, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, my brothers, I greet you all in the name of the Lord. This is a very good topic.
Thank you, sir.
It's a very good topic.
What's your take on this?
So I just what gave rise to this is bad governance and failure of government. Simple, straightforward. Because why we not support a total ban? I would rather recommend a regulation where the Ministry of Women Affairs can be seen to the day-to-day activities of what is happening in the various foundations. I think I would prefer that, because we have orphanage homes where abandoned children are being kept and being taken care of. Are you going to also say that the government is going to close all orphanage homes? The owners of all the orphanage homes, are they all 100% honest? The individuals that bring back to fresh food and everything to the orphanage home, are some of the food being diverted to other use, to their private homes, taken away from the children that the things were brought from? So foundation, they are also helping, but there is a lot of abuse in it. Where the only problem I have with the foundation is this: if a man have cancer, or a man have diabetes, or a man have one ailment or one sickness or one injury, and it requires operation, if you are the owner of the foundation, this is the problem I have with the foundation owners. Why not publish the account details of the person in question or his close relative, whether his father, mother, or elder brother, younger brother? He must have one family member that have a bank account. The moment you said you are now using your platform because you are popular, you have a lot of followers, and say everybody donate to my account. After donating to your account, how do we ascertain how much really goes into that account?
Exactly.
Because, okay, as we are live now, we're on this platform and we are live on the live show. Maybe we have like 1,000 people viewing it right now. But after the show, over 10,000 can still view it even a week after. So if that account is there, people will still keep on putting money in that account. But meanwhile, the money raised at the day the live stream, video was done to solicit for help for that particular individual that needs help, the money raised was, let's say, 1 million. But after a week after that particular day, money will still keep coming to that account. That is where the abuse come in. And again, the argument of some of the people running foundation is this: they are running on generator. They have staffs. They must pay those staffs. My brother, you want to help somebody and you want to use that medium to generate money to be paying your staff? To the eyes of men, you might be doing a good thing, but to the eyes of God, no. You are using the circumstance and the vulnerability of those who are in need to generate funds for your own personal use. That is where I have a problem with foundation. But to just kick them out and close them completely, there will be, I don't think that is ideal, because the government is not even on ground to help the people in the first place. The government has failed on their own part.
Failed, yes. That's why
let me stop there for now. I have more to say.
Thank you, sir. Before we move on, let
me just say something.
Hold on. Guys, if you're watching us right now, please hit the like button. I don't know why. This is a good message. I don't know why you guys are not pressing the like button and you are not sharing the video as well. I think these are the kind of videos you're supposed to be sharing, and press the like button as well to encourage us. We have about 200 people on YouTube alone, and the like is not encouraging at all. I don't know how we can be encouraging ourselves. Please hit the like button. And I can see someone asking when are we going to start taking calls. The number is there. You can call in now. We're already taking calls right away. If you call in now, I promise I'm going to pick your call. I understand some of you have been calling in because we were talking. I never wanted to be interrupted. But you can call in right now and I will take your call if you have any kind of contribution you want to make. Now, let's go to Mr. Victor. Mr. Victor, talk to us, sir.
Yeah, I just wanted to point out something that I don't think the government, this is my opinion anyway, and from what you read out from the speech that was made by the commissioner, I don't think the government is going for outright closure of, I think what they want to do, they want to, try and investigate the ones that are maybe they've gotten reports. Maybe they've gotten reports from people who have complained or something. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. But I think maybe they want to take a holistic view and look at the whole foundation and orphanage thing and investigate the ones that are genuine and the ones that are not genuine, and see based on their own guidelines and criteria for.
That's why they set up the committee.
That's why they said for assessing. So I don't think they're going to. Yes. I don't think they've closed anyone yet. They've not closed anyone yet. They just came out and said,
"No, they have not.
We are going to be investigating this thing, and anyone we find wanting, will take action." Understand? Another thing I want to also.
But how we score if the committee will be coming up with accurate information?
That's a different matter. That's a different matter. But what I want to say quickly is that this issue of foundation, I think people overload the word foundation. They I think sometimes they misuse it. When you say foundation, most of the time foundation is focused on one thing. It could be a heart foundation. But now you see foundation doing everything. They are opening business for people. They are treating sick people. They are doing all sorts of things. But foundation normally is focused on one specific aspect. Maybe it could be a heart foundation, it could be a cancer foundation, or it could be. So I think that is that is the focus of most of the time of foundations. From what I know, they are not a jack of all trades. They are not a jack of all trades, master of none.
Hold on.
You understand?
Hold on, Mr. Victor. We have a caller right here. Caller, good morning to you, please. What's your name? Where are you calling us from?
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Najawash. My name is Toro, calling from Midland, and Happy New Year.
Thank you, my brother. Happy New Year to you. Go ahead, talk to us.
Thank you for this program. And it's like people who are deviating from the main question and the main headline we make up this morning. First thing, we have to look into the things that you have been doing. At the end of the day, no results, no information, nothing. It's just like who is fighting on the street to make sure everything is sanitized.
Yeah.
Where the country, where the process is supposed to be. It's like you fight all the day, every night. At the end of the day, like the time you hand over everything to the government is strict on it. So that thing is not encouraging at all.
Yeah.
And secondly, there are so many issues. You see, late Sani Abacha, when he assumed office, he canceled every organization on air, and everybody was shaking. You understand? So that is when people know this man is very serious of everything he's about to do in that country. So, two, you see our government, we don't even need to paint them with any other color, that to paint them black or true. None of them are good. Imagine an organization will come up, maybe many allegations come up to that organization, maybe being defrauding people or not being sincere. Government they don't want to care. They don't care about how the organization or the charity was raised up. By the time they see that people are taking the organization or the charity are taking people time, taking people idea, they will start supporting that person. They don't even know, they don't care about how that foundation was laid down. They will start, they will go and present themselves and even give them money. Why? Because for future purpose. That future purpose is whenever they want to go to any position or any office, Then we say this organization will help me. How can you imagine so many organizations are in those states, both real and fake, both to defraud and to help sincerely. But the government, they don't care about it. I wish you don't bring this video out yesterday. The government does not even care if these things is happening or not. What they care for is how they are going to get a benefit from any evil or any fake organization that comes up, because they believe the majority, anytime the organization or the charity has population, they think they can get their votes from that place.
Thank you very much, my brother. I appreciate you. God bless you too. Thank you. Hold on. To add to what that our brother just said, that is one of the things I'm talking about right now. The committee might compromise, like my brother said, Mr. Victor. You don't know. These committees of a thing, we set them up for accurate information, for accurate feedback. They go there, they negotiate with one of these people allegedly, and they come back with false information. The same problem that you and I have been complaining about will continue because the committee are not delivering the rightful information they're supposed to deliver. That is why you see that you and I are still complaining of Oyon for Koromi since 2021 January. We are now in 2022 January. We are still talking about Oyon for Koromi. We are still talking about land grabbing. Of course, I support my brother, Mr. Victor, who said that the government have their role to play and the traditional rulers have their role to play. But what I'm saying here is that what is the role the government is already playing? Their role is not certain. Their role, I don't understand it, because their role is setting up a PPP law, and their other responsibility is that setting up a committee. None of them is functioning at the moment. So this is my problem. Go ahead.
Najawosh, from the caller, you see, this is what we are talking about. When you compromising, there's a way the caller said something. He was hitting something that most of these NGOs or charities, they align themselves to the government. Exactly an example played in the just concluded Edo State election. Most of these charities are now aligning themselves with political parties, which is wrong. If you're a non-charitable organization, you are supposed to, you don't participate in anything called politics.
Nigeria Watch, I want to disagree with Israel a little bit there. You know,
okay, go on.
You know these charity owners. If I'm running a charity, I am a Nigerian. I have a right to vote. I have a right to belong. I have a right to join a political party if I want to. It doesn't mean that because I'm operating charity, I cannot be a member of one political party or the other. I cannot participate in politics if I want to. But that does not mean that. What I'm saying that whoever goes into politics or participate in politics as a Nigerian, is his right. It's his fundamental right. Whatever job he's doing, whether you are a mechanic, you are a charity owner, you are a hotel owner, if you want to vote or you want to play politics, it's your fundamental right as a Nigerian to do it.
But Mr. You are right. But the one thing you have to also understand, you has a franchise to do that. But do not use your own thing to solicit. This is one thing. There's two different things of having your right to vote and using what you have in the respect for public, then use it to kind of, motivate whatever you are using just because you want to make sure to align with anything that you want to do. You are using politics to align with it. No, that is a two different ball game.
Yeah, no. What I'm saying is that if I own a charity, for example, and I like this political party, and I associate with them as a charity owner, I can also campaign for them. It's
wrong. Have you now? Let me give you a clear example. You don't see somebody like Ofcom, Osfarm, and all these charitable organizations, NGOs, align with themselves with other countries. Listen, you live in a country. You live in a country. If you are an individual, hold on. An individual, you have right to vote or any other thing you want to do. You have right to belong to any parties you want to belong to. But as an NGO, as a body, don't bring in politicians or party to inside and kind of use it
to solicit. There are two different things here.
No, yeah. I didn't get you clearly, Mr. Israel. I thought you were talking about the individual owners of the NGOs.
Individuals, that is your own right. But do not bring in your business.
But I see what you mean.
Want to get interest
I see what you mean. No, I get your point now, Mr. Israel, because sometimes during elections or during campaigns, some of these politicians go and donate to NGOs. You understand? To get, they go and donate big money during campaign. Maybe they never donated all the year round, but once campaign comes, I see them donating money to NGOs just to show that I don't know what that it's all politics anyway. It's part of politics, to gain an advantage over your opponent, and to those are all political gimmicks. We all know.
Yeah, this is what we are saying. Both of us are aligning. By the time you want to make an audit, for example, I want to give you a perfect example of what I'm saying. When, like, for example, you are running an organization, it's a very big organization, and you are supporting a political party, it's your right as an individual. By the time you start using your business to solicit in a way to champion everybody, you're putting it on the social media, doing everything on TV, everybody's seeing you with a political person who is eyeing a political office, whereby your foundation is now doing illicit, activities, and that party is already in power. How do you now tell me that this party are not going to say, let us investigate? These are the problems we are having, and it's not right under the law. You are supposed to leave your charitable. That is why you see this government. Somebody like you saw when President Trump was in office. He has to. You cannot use your business you cannot put your business into politics because it's against the law. So a lot of things that people are doing, but they don't actually know it's against it, but they just do it because they want to always get interest from what that government of the day. So this is not right. We have government has to also look at also those things and try to regulate things like that.
Mr. Israel, I see your point and I see where you are coming from, because I thought you were saying the individuals cannot, but if you are using your organization, for political campaign and all that, and when the person gets into power, then they cannot touch you because you were the one soliciting funds from them using your company or organization. That is correct. I think you are right in that aspect. And another thing I want to also say, in regards to our elections and politics and everything, even sometimes during campaigns or election, the nature in which funds are raised is not clear. Like, for example, like in America now, or even in Britain, or even in Western world, donations are made public. If you are donating for a campaign, if you are raising money for campaign, it is made public of how the money is raised for your campaign. But in Nigeria, we find out that it's just haphazardly, it's anyhow. Money comes from different sources. We don't know who is donating or how money is coming into the campaign or coming into the So these are some of the things that is wrong with our country. We all know that. You understand? There is no clarity. There's no transparency in anything we do. There is no accountability. Everybody just does what they like. One government will come in, do their own, and that government will come in, start their own. There's no continuity. So it is. It is what it is. It is where we have found ourselves as a country. A lot of things are not right with the system. The system is broken. We know that. You understand? So that is why when people keep saying change of government, youth, this. Sometimes I have my doubts that will it change Nigeria? You understand? I have my because they are not addressing the system. The system is broken, but they are saying that put this individual there, put Tinubu there, we just do magic. It cannot do any magic. It will not work because the system is coming into it's already broken. You understand? Yeah. So for example, we don't have institutions. For example, now if you look at advanced countries now like America, Britain, Europe, or now, it doesn't matter who the president is. You understand? The system, it has to work within the framework of the system that is there. You understand? Today, Trump can go, Biden can, whoever comes in, it doesn't change anything. It doesn't change the economy. It doesn't change anything.
Mr. Najawash, let me come in now. This is a good comrade. I think we are digressing to other issues. We are running too far. We are taking our eyes off the ball. What brought us here is that those state government sets to shut down illegal foundations for businesses in those states. That's what brought us here. Whether Donald Trump is wearing suit or wearing agbada is not my headache. Let's make it local. Let's come back home. Now, failure of governance is what gave right to this. That was my first opening statement. Now, I praise the governor. I like this initiative, but if he was performing, would there be foundation all over the place? No. Okay, let's take a case study of Benue State, Governor Oton. He's showing pensioners about 42 months. He cannot pay pensioners. People who have spent 35 years in service, now retired, our fathers and mothers. He has not paid them. If in that state there are foundations, can that governor come out and say he wants to place a ban on all foundations in that state? Foundations are going a long way to also help. What my recommendation, my advice will be this: government can set up a regulative body to be going through the day-to-day activities of these various foundations. That is the way to go. To place a total ban, no. There are some youth who have been taken off the street, cared for, primary, secondary, they became graduates. They are now good people in the society. Some of these foundation owners, let me just tell you this. They started individually from their own private pockets. Maybe they have their own private businesses. So the profit they must have made over the years, they will start helping the less privileged from their own private pockets. But they now saw the volume of people that comes to their offices daily to seek for help. They don't have it. They don't have it all. If Dangote to share money across Nigeria for all the less privileged across Nigeria, Dangote will become Okada rider or Keke rider in the next 2 years. The problem is massive. Government has failed. That is why we are where we are right now. So placing a ban is a no-no for me. But setting up a regulative body to watch the activities of these various foundations, I'm very okay with that. But again, these foundation owners will tell you, truly, we know the problem of electricity in our country. They are running on generator. They have staff. They buy internet. Like Niger Watch now, you are always on this platform now, using your Niger Watch to propagate, enlighten, liberate the people with constant, everyday live streaming. It's costing you a lot of money. Nobody is paying you. Government is not paying you. The Ministry of Women's Affairs should sit up. If they are up and doing, there will be no need for foundation and all that. But in any case, even in the Western world, we still have foundation, old people's home. Government cannot even do it alone. The government itself. So
yeah, but
kicking them out is a no for me. Regulating them.
The foundations are broad and transparent.
They are what? Come again?
Let me.
No, transparent. Yeah. Transparent because they have database.
Sorry. Let me disagree a bit.
Okay.
Sir, I respect what you said. You were right a bit, but you said we should not die. We are kind of dissecting. So we have to look at.
No, we are digressing to other issues. We are going too far. Talking about how Obama will suit.
Yes, of course.
We should make it local.
No, because the thing is, all these things we are talking, a charitable organization or anything, who created it? Are they not from the Western world when they brought it into our system, our culture, our society? So when we're talking about something that is not even our name, we have to include these people because we are enlightening the people right here in our society. What the government has failed to do, we must bring out where these things originated from, and we use it to cite example. And this is why we are kind of, you said we are died. So for me, I disagree with you on that. When it comes to anything that we're doing, it affects us as individuals, as citizens. It affects the society. It affects also the rule and regulation which the government, which are part of the society. So it involves everybody. So we are not going to say because we are talking about a Edo state, it does not involve Nigeria, it does not involve the Western world, because all these things were brought in by these people. So when we're talking about it, we must cite examples elsewhere to make sure that we are using it to educate the people, so that when the people are now researching for themselves, they find out where these things all come from. So for me, I disagree when we say we are dissecting from issues. It's all going.
We are digressing, not dissecting. I didn't use the word digress. We are moving to other areas.
No, we
now,
have to.
My brother,
cover all areas.
My brother, hold on now. We are not. See, just hear me out. You know, I yielded the floor for you.
Yes, I understand what you're saying.
Let him speak. Let him speak, please.
I would rather prefer we spend more energy of our time looking at the issue on ground. Edo State government sets to shut down illegal foundation for business in Edo State. That's the headline. We should focus on that. Now, there are bad foundations. There are good foundations. Even those foundations that are bad foundations, because human being is the one running it. They are not angels. Just like we have bad policemen, we have good policemen. We have good doctors, we have bad doctors. So, you cannot, we are Nigerians. The way to go is this. Government should set up a regulative body that can be monitoring the day-to-day activities of these various foundations. Foundations, they are happy. They've helped a lot of people. Youth, some kids have been picked up from the street at age 6, taken care of. Till they are graduate now, they are working. They're not better people in the society. So we should not write them off completely.
Yeah.
Government should even...
Please, can I just say something?
Okay.
I don't think the government is saying foundations are not good. Let's get it clear. We all know
they're looking at the abuses and the
listen. You made a statement earlier that these things arise because of the failure of government. Yes. We agree that government has failed both in Edo State and all over the country. But what we should say, we cannot use that as an excuse to say because government has failed, then we should start doing things illegally. No, I don't.
No. I'm not supporting it. I said that should be regulated.
No. I know you said so. But I'm just saying what you said earlier. You said that all these things arise. They are doing it because of the failure of government. Yes, government has failed quite much. We agree. But we cannot at the same time say because government has failed, we should allow illegality to continue. You understand? So what I'm saying in essence is that yes, government is not saying foundation is not good or there should close foundation. No. What government is saying is that maybe they've gotten reports or complaints from people. I don't know what's going on in the background before they came out with this. Maybe they've been getting complaints or reports about the abuse of foundation, charities, and orphanages. You understand? And another thing, when we talk of, let me even zero down on orphanages. When we talk of orphanage is for children who don't have parents. It's not for just... You cannot just go and take advantage, say because I'm on the street, but I have parents, but I'm on the street, then that makes me an orphan. No. It's good for us to separate it. If you say
some of them have parents, due to poverty, they will dump babies in strategic locations so that these kids will be picked up and taken to orphanage home. Some of their parents are alive.
Yes,
they know where they drop. They will even drop their kids, their babies at the entrance of the foundation at night and run away.
Yes, some of
it's
them
because of poverty. No sane woman will go and dump a newborn baby that she carried in her womb for 9 months in a public place for somebody to pick them up. So poverty, government, failure. You can see the change.
It's true. What the man is saying, what this my co-panelist is saying is absolutely true. But one thing you also know that some of these things, because you are saying that the government fails, that is why all these things are coming. But government
should do better.
Yes,
sit up.
Government have the right to regulate. If government say they want to ban, they will ban. So you cannot say.
And nobody can stop government.
And nobody
There's
can
no
stop
dispute about that.
So what we are trying to say is that
we should not throw away the baby with the bad water. Some of these foundations are also going a long way to also help.
Yeah.
Okay, let me give you a classic example now. Hold on.
They have to make a
hold on now. Let me give you let me share a free information to you. This will disabuse your mind. From 1999, all governors, they've been spending over 500 million every December to share right to selected few individuals. People who are already doing well in the society. Enigies, chiefs in Benin, party chieftains, prominent people in Edo State. When Bended Biri was... Hold on, I'm coming, my brother. When Bended Biri was running, you know some individuals get cartons of wine, cartons of beer, cartons of crystal malt, or what you call the name as a den every 30 days. So government cannot condemn what it cannot provide. Government should sit up. If government is behaving and acting well, all these things will not come up in the first place.
Sir, the reason why we are seeing all these things come up is because the broken system we are talking about. The foundation of our society is
so we should hold government responsible to sit up.
Exactly. Why would you say it's a
to reduce poverty in the land?
We don't. Some people will have rights, some people will not have the right. This is one thing. Me and you, we are all in the same corner.
Mr. Victor wants to speak. Mr. Victor wants to speak.
If I may say something, you know, let me say something. I think our friend, the comrade, is being too sentimental about things. But that's okay. It's okay to be sentimental. But what I want to just point out is that he's saying that governors were sharing rice to people that. But this Christmas also, we also saw the governor sharing food to orphanages. But you didn't talk about that. I saw the video of the governor.
Yes, I also saw it. Those are the people that need it the most.
Also sharing food to orphanages.
And I commended him for that.
Nobody will say that. You understand? So I think what I'm saying now is that, you know, let's not be too sentimental. Let's be objective. Yes, government has failed. Is that an excuse for illegality? And
no, nobody is supporting the illegality. I'm the one recommending a regulation now. Hold on. Okay, let me shock you for that. Hold on. Let me shock you for that. Under Oshomole's government, please. Hold on, my brother, Israel. Under Oshomole's government, you know over 500 Prado Jeep was bought and shared for the Enoge and Eniges in the same states. A Prado Jeep is not less than 35 million naira. Is that not wasting government? Oh my brother, we should hold on. If we have 100% energy, we should spend 99% attacking governments, not individuals. Government must regulate foundation to reduce abuse, but we should hold government. Look, I'm reading at the comment section. Somebody is saying the government is trying his best. The government cannot be everywhere. That is an excuse. The box stopped at its decks. He appointed commissioners. So if they are not up and doing, we hold the government responsible. If this government should fail,
sir, you are
we will not blame the commissioner of agriculture, commissioner of women affairs in future. We'll blame the governor. So the governor must sit up now. There's poverty in the land.
You said it on the previous thing we did. I all what you're saying now, you said it before. You said about this Prado Jeep and everything. You said it. I knew. So, Mr. Victor, what your co-panelist is saying, he also said it before. I have all the statement that he said.
Which is promote energy attacking governments.
Yes,
put them on their toes.
I understand, sir. The reason why you see government is us as well. We elect them as well. You understand? So it's all of us. That is why we are all having. Some of us will get emotional because of all these things. The reason why we are here is to educate the general public on what the government needs to do.
But what the good comrade is saying, is blaming the government, and is also blaming in case you think it's sentimental. He's also blaming.
No, not sentimental.
No. It's not sentimental. He has said it before. He has been saying it before.
That what he's trying to say. For me, listen, hold on 1 minute, my brother Israel. What I want to hear on our channel is to say it how it is. If you blame Obaseki, also blame the previous government.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
I've said it over and over that in the frame of 30 years, all the government that have ruled those states, all of them failed woefully.
Failures.
Obaseki is failing, and I don't want to
failing. He has 2.5 years to redeem his name. History will judge him.
Exactly. So anybody that is on this channel and you say it how it is, I will not oppose you. That's fine. I don't mind. So Mr. Israel, go ahead.
The reason why we are here is to educate the general public, to open their eyes. And anything that comes out, always checkmate the government. You send them to do a job. They have to give you back what you send them to do. So if we are asking the government to do this, we should not say it's just because it's a Edo state. This is my own thing. It's going to be general, because whatever affected Edo state affects Nigeria. Whatever affects Nigeria affects Edo state, because they are the same people. So we must be ready to tell this thing, no. So if the government say they want to ban it, and we find out that this thing they are actually doing illegal activities, it's their right to ban it, and they must place a regulation. But my problem is that regulation, how does it stand? Because if you put a regulation, everybody must queue into that regulation, because that's what the system does. Yeah, because that becomes a system. Because you cannot fight the system will fight you, because you must stay in the middle to make sure that the system does not fight you. This is why every of us are here. Everybody that are listening now, that are abroad, that are not living in Nigeria, it is not you don't have time to go and fight the government. It is the system that will help you checkmate what the government is doing. But in Nigeria, reverse is the case. We don't even have a system, not even to talk of a government. We have
weak institutions.
Yeah, we don't even have nothing. We have people that are just
very weak.
Like you said just now, people were giving Prado Jeep. You see that?
Yes, that is massive corruption. Massive corruption. In a state where they've not paid pensioners, one Prado is 35 million.
How can you say everybody is equal when you are giving something to someone else and you are leaving the other one behind?
Exactly.
Less than 2% of the privileged elites.
This is my cry.
Go ahead.
This is my cry. So we don't want people to kind of infiltrate and say because we are government. That is why you see me saying some of these NGOs, they should not be part of any political process, because you shouldn't be using it because you are using it to help the people. It's supposed to be a voluntary thing. Let it be voluntary. If anybody wants to donate, let it donate on their own pocket. You don't come in and start using it as an advert. Hey, because the way we see things here, people think maybe we are attacking them. But that is just the rule. If they follow the rule, what's my business with them? Have you ever seen somebody, even what happened there? Let me just give you a scenario. There was a charity organization worldwide that was known during the Haiti earthquake. Some of them were sent there to help those in the ground. But they started doing something that was not right. And they were called out.
Yes.
Some of them were even tried in court. Because this is not what you were supposed to do. So we should, I'm not going to mention, most of us here know these people I'm talking about. So if somebody, our own government cannot do something like that, and we are here seeing what is happening, we should use what we have learned here to change the system. And that is why
that's what we are doing now. You're right.
Our people should listen. We are not attacking them. We are always saying that this thing they are doing is unjust. The government must take its responsibility. And if it doesn't, it affects us as citizens, whether we like it or not. Because this thing is going to be playing and on and on and on. And that is why you are seeing decades of all this government. You've seen that you are calling failure because they fail in their objective to regulate this thing. The reason why I applaud this governor of what he's doing, he's not going to do anything, but the institution that he placed there, what is their job? That is my own.
All right. Thank you, everyone. I will go to Mr. Victor right now before we round up. In 5 minutes, I want us to round up on this. Yeah. Mr. Victor, what do we expect from this action now from Edo State government, especially, to be precise, Edo State Ministry of Women Affairs? Now they've put in a committee there now. So what is going to happen? What do you expect from them? What do you expect to see from them?
Thank you very much, Anjawash. Like I said before, when it comes to foundations and NGOs in general, there are guidelines. We might be our government might not be very effective, but we have laws in this country, in our country. There are guidelines for foundations and NGOs and their modus operandi within their modus operandi, how they should operate. These guidelines are there. You understand? So what I would expect from the committee or the Ministry of Women Affairs is to first of all, okay, let's get a data of foundations operating within the states. Okay, which ones are following guidelines? Because these are the guidelines. You assess them based on the guidelines. They are the criteria to use in assessing any foundation, whether it's operating correctly according to the laws of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, according to the guidelines regulating foundations in the country. So these guidelines are there. So what I expect, and I don't think it should take too long for them to come out with their report. But what I expect is that the first step is to first of all ascertain which foundations are within guidelines and which ones are not. So after they make that first filtering, where they filter out the ones within guidelines and what are not, for those ones that are not, that want to still operate, they can write to them or visit them and say, oh, listen, you are not, give them like a warning, not just shut them down completely. Give them a warning and say, oh, we have found out that you have been operating without, it's based on so you're not following such guidelines. Please, we give you 1 month or whatever time to please fall in line. Otherwise, we close you down. You understand? So
okay,
that is the approach.
Okay, that means you are saying they shouldn't just shut them down like that.
No, not immediately. They shouldn't shut them down immediately. They should first. I think they should first get a warning.
They can be corrected.
You understand? They should first get a warning and say, "Oh, based on the guidelines or this, you are not operating correctly. This is not how foundation should be run." And and don't forget that in our advanced country, foundation accounts are even audited by government sometimes. I don't know if you are correct. I don't know if you are correct.
Yes, you are correct. They do.
They do audit foundation. Government can audit foundation accounts. You understand? So all these guidelines, and there should be a board of trustee, and all these guidelines should be followed. You understand? So what I would advise is that, after finding out the ones are not following guidelines, you should write to them or send somebody there and tell them to please fall in line. They give them a deadline of maybe a month or two to fall in line. If not, they will be shut down. That is the way society should operate. Even in Western world, if a foundation is operating, but they shut it down. It's normal. You understand? But they have to warn you first. You have to be warned and written. They will write you first and warn you. You understand? So if you are still operating,
for me, before we move to someone else, for me, I don't want them to shut the foundation down for now, because the foundations, I understand we have a lot of them using it to enrich themselves, but to be honest, they are also doing a good job, because the government has failed to that's where you are being sentimental on Nigeria Watch. No, let's see. We should remove sentiments from this. We have a no. This is not sentiment.
No.
It's not sentiment, my brother.
Very correct. Sentiment. No, it's very correct. We must tell somebody when you are doing something right, you have to tell them that it's right. If it's wrong, whether you are my brother or you are my sister, if it warrant you going to jail, you will go. Because the law is blind.
It's a bad time we start cleaning up our system. Our system, we have a bad system. So let us clean it. We should stop all this trying to talk out of pity, out of no.
This is not about pity. What I'm saying is that the charities in Edo State, or rather in Nigeria, they're also touching lives positively.
I agree.
Yes, positively. Reducing poverty.
I agree, but if they are operating illegally, then they must be brought to book, whether they are touching lives or not.
They must be corrected first. Corrected and regulated. They repeat it. That's when you now bring them to book.
That's what I'm saying now. That's what I'm saying, that they can first of all send them a warning. I said it before that don't just close them down. Yeah. You can send them a warning, right?
Give them guidelines. How to operate, yes.
See what you need to do. And within the next 6 months, you should do it like this, We'll come back, we'll come and check.
Then they fail. Punishment.
Then we shut you down. That is, that is the law. It's not personal. You understand? It's not personal.
Yeah. I support you, Mr. Victor. Yeah. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Victor. The good comrade, please talk to us in 2 minutes as well.
Okay. God bless everybody. First of all, I have one question to pose it. I always like disabusing minds of listeners. The money for this charity or this foundation, where is it coming from? From individuals. No charity or foundation owner goes and starts forcing people to come and pay to them. I'm not in any way supporting all the activities, but they are also helping to alleviate, reduce poverty, and reduce the pains that people are going through daily in the society. This is supposed to be the function of government. Now, if this money is coming from individuals, and we are putting this energy on it now, which is good, welcome. I will also urge and beg us to start putting government on their toes. We need to know. I challenge 4.5 million Edo lights all over the world now. Obaseki is building Central Park. Nobody knows the cost of that Central Park. Obaseki renovated Obaseki. Nobody knows the cost. This is public money, public fund. We are not interested. So this topic is very good, to regulate foundations so that we can reduce the excesses and the abuses in the various foundations. But to shut them down completely, I disagree. We should also hold government accountable. That is why I said the government must be publishing its books monthly. Okay, a classical example is this now. The government wants to build an airport in Aoshi. The people are revolting now. They want to take government to court. They are protesting. You see why town hall meeting is very good. Government must sit down with the people. So we know firsthand. Get that firsthand organic information that look at what they want. It's not airport to them is not a priority. Look at what they need. Government cannot just come and start building what he wants for the people. It's what the people want, he ought to be giving them. So we should hold government accountable. There are millions of abuses in government. We don't know how much is the salary of senators till now, from 1999 to date. We have intelligent lawyers. We have brilliant Nigerians. We are just moving on. We are talking about 2023. We don't even know how much they earn in office. If we spend this energy we are used to attacking foundation, which I support, we should attack them because they need to be regulated to reduce their abuses and corruption in various foundations. We should also use that same energy, our tight of that same energy, to hold government accountable because they are using public fund. It's our money, taxpayers' money. We see project, we don't know how much is the project. We're clapping for government. We don't know how much is being spent. We don't even know how much is coming to the state. We don't know the wage bill. Do you know pensioners are being held till now? Just a few weeks before Christmas, some pensioners protested. So government need to sit up. Failures of government gave rise to all this. There is nowhere where government solve all the problem across the country or across any state completely. But our government is far below 30%. They should do more. And I pray we set a day aside to also come and talk about government, spending in government, our budget. A budget of 222 billion was just passed a few weeks back to Edo State. The previous year budget, nobody asked. How was it executed? How many percent was executed? Nobody knows. We don't care.
Sir, when
no information. The website is still reading 2020 dates. The website of Edo State where supposed to get first-hand information. And we have a technocrat governor in seat.
The good comrade, can you hear me?
I'm with you, my brother.
You said nobody asked, these details. And when you ask, you will be attacked.
That's the problem. Some individuals will be attacking those who are putting government on their toes. If government should perform and develop the state, is it not for everybody's advantage? When you ask, they start attacking you. You hate the governor. We that is even putting the governor on the toes, we love the governor more than those psychopaths surrounding him. If you say I was the governor, I will do the same thing I'm doing. I'm for a better Edo. I don't believe in party. So we should set a day aside and set a program out where we will also call government to account for its own for public fund that is in its disposal, because it's holding that money in trust for all of us. Everybody cannot be governed. That's why we elect one person to represent us. So the man must give account. Because I'm looking at the comment section. Somebody said the government is trying. The government cannot be everywhere. The government needs to be everywhere. That is why he said he wants to run for election. Nobody forced him. He cannot come and be lamenting, or he should resign. He must work. God bless you, my brother.
Okay. Thank you. Israel, talk to us, my brother. Let's round up.
Thank you very much. Let me just round up like this. My co-panelists said a lot, and this is why the last on the debate the other day, he was saying about we are dissecting, we are moving now because I didn't plan to come. My own is to focus on this. I focus on each topic on the other. I try to bring in example. Like he said, they should be publishing audit. They should be doing this.
Yes, daily, monthly.
I want to take you back again, Mr. Nigeria Watch. There was a program on here when you on Channels TV when they brought out the money these people are receiving. I don't know if you can still remember when the lady said, "Arrest."
Just hold on. Before you
That's the basic salary. The allowance was not announced.
Sir, we know all these things. It's not that we don't know. Okay, we take things gradually. Naja, wait. We take let me just finish before you play the video to the audience. You know, we know all these things, sir. It's not that we.
What are we doing about it?
We don't know, sir. The reason why I keep on saying that for me, I believe that the youth, it is time for them to open their eyes. The reason sometimes when you say the governor to be doing this, it gets me upset, kind of. Do you know why? Because the same people that have been put in place in that position, they have been doing the same.
So this government must continue.
Hold on,
so
sir.
Today's government must continue.
Hold on, sir. Your position. Hold on, sir.
Let me speak, sir, please.
The thing is, you were saying something the other one. I want you, this energy you have, I so much love it because whenever you come, it makes the people enlightened more, like we are talking to them. The same energy you would have asked the same person who has been using money to buy generators.
I've been attacking. I've been asking before now.
Hold on, sir.
I have kicked out the local government from office.
Generator and buy bicycle. The other one build this classroom. These are people that were elected in the House of to represent a constituent, and they have not used that money. You know, where, like you said, time is coming where we set aside for those things, and we are going to be digging it here because all these people have been using our head. They think we are stupid, and they don't know that we know what the law says, and we are going to use it to educate our youth. They should wake up and tell these people of phone it is finished. Because to me, it looks as if they are telling us, most of the people who does not understand Benin, let me explain. A dead clay pot that was used to cook, to roast a rotten palm kernel. That is what they are taking us for. Because it is high time our people know that these people, when checkmating one, we are also going to checkmate you as well.
Yes.
But I want people to know, nobody should be coming out with this government do this one, the other government do this one. Don't, if you say it, you get me angry. Because the same thing these people have still been doing. Somebody went to build university. This money is not coming to Edo State property. It's not coming to Edo State treasury. Then somebody come out on air and said, if these people are actually spending our money legitimately, let them come under oath and defend it. And you know what it is by law. If you come under oath, if you are being found guilty, you go to jail. Nobody challenged that man till today. It's on Channels TV. We are not talking about it. So when they are bringing this one Taiwan Road and this one come put Bob, don't tell us, because just leave that one aside. We are
so profile solution now, my brother. Profile solution for all what you have said now.
Yes.
Because you are only attacking those who are in government. You profile solution. I want to hear you out.
No, you know. I will not provide solution now because they are.
No.
You know,
I don't criticize without
providing strategy. They want to be collecting our information that they can use it to go and we will not give you now. We will not give them now.
The people need. How are we going to enlighten the people now?
The only solution.
How are we going to sensitize the people if we don't talk?
Okay, we are talking, and the only solution is to vote them out of office. Everybody leave.
How do you vote them out?
Before
we go, hello. Hold on, my good people right here, my panelists. Let's listen to Dylan. I believe you were talking about Dino Melai, right? Yeah. Let's listen to this.
Million was budgeted for the president. It was budgeted that the president will spend 776.6 million for local travels. This is the president we know does not embark on any local travel, but is going to spend 775.6 million naira for local travel and transport, while the sum of 1.5 billion will be spent on international travel and transport. So put together, the president is going to spend close to 2 billion on traveling local and international. The president's foodstuff and catering material supply for the year 2022 stands at 301.1 million naira. When Nigerians are languishing in hunger and poverty, the president is going to spend for his kitchen 301.1 million for the year 2022. Then the president miscellaneous, that means he can spend anyhow he likes, stands at 250.8 million. And honorarium and sitting allowance for Mr. President is 174 million naira. The 2022 budget of the vice president stands at 1.1 billion naira. The vice president is to spend the sum of 301.9 million for local travels and transport, while the sum of 476.2 million will be spent on international travel and transport by the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. 6.3 million will be spent on office stationaries and computer consumables. The sum of 4.6 million will be spent on printing and non-security documents. The Vice President food stuff and catering material supplies for the year 2022 is 156.6 million naira. Miscellaneous, spend anyhow you like amount for the office of the Vice President in 2022 stands at 99.7 million naira. That one, I don't even know why they didn't run it up to 100 million, but it's 99.7 million naira. Objectives. Just this week, the above FIRS proposed 2022 budget scaled through the House Committee on Finance without proper scrutiny. Therefore, failing Nigerians and as the custodians of the nation's common wealth. They failed to use their constitutional mandate to ensure judicious deployment of available resources at minimum cost. The provision of Section 88(2)(b) of the 1999 Constitution as amended, which gives the National Assembly the powers to expose corruption, inefficiency, or waste in the execution of administration of laws within legislative competence and in the disbursement of administration of funds appropriated by the National Assembly, is now in abeyance. In conclusion, the Anti-Corruption Network, at the risk of sounding repetitive, reiterates that the current budgeting system in Nigeria is a monumental national disgrace. It shows a level of moral bankrupt and shameless open displays of inordinate financial ambition and fraud. We therefore recommend the following going forward. A, in line with the anti-corruption stand of the Nigerian current administration, all abuse of powers and privileges by public and elected officials should be made to face the law, irrespective of status or position. The executive should adopt a yearly publication of the appropriation bills before sending to the legislative arm of government. C, the presidency should also engage a reputable consulting firm to guide and audit the appropriation bill process to ensure credibility of the budget. Finally, the Anti-Corruption Network recommends that it is high time the citizens speak out and collectively hold our elected representatives accountable, since we are all stakeholders in the Nigerian project, and as a nation, we should remember that in an unjust society, silence is a crime.
All right. The reason why I played that, because if you check what the good comrade is saying, this is the kind of question they want us to be.
Naija Watch, let me quickly come in, please. Let me quickly come in. Naija Watch.
Go ahead, sir.
Quickly, this is a good comrade. Dino Milaye is not even accurate. Let me add more. Millions for cutleries, entertainment, refreshment, computers. Last year budget, computers. Last 3 year budget, computers in Aso Rock. Last 4 years budget, computers. This year budget, computers. It's like if they use computer for 12 months, it pack up. They have to buy a brand new one. There is corruption. If we Nigerians, if we are not sick, this rollout by Dino Milaye is enough for an uprising. The increase in price of loaf in Egypt was the reason why there was an uprising in Egypt. The president lost his office. We are very comfortable with Nigerians. What this man just read now is 100% accurate. But it has been happening since 1999. What are we doing about it? Nothing. You can see the corruption. Let me add more. Generators in Aso Rock, they budget every year. Money for diesel and fuel every year. They even budget rent for Aso Rock. They pay rent. Who are they paying to? Who holds Aso Rock? Every year. It's in that same budget. My brother, this is enough for a country to burn down. But we are not ready. That's like when some of my brothers, panelists here say, revolution, I'll just be laughing. Oh, nobody wants to die. We have to start enlightening the people, educating them to know all these things. Because what this man just read out now, in a sane society, there will be an uprising. Yeah, but Nigeria are very comfortable. We don't talk.
Nigeria, can I just say something, please?
Okay, Mr. Victor, talk to us.
Yeah, you see, what Dino Milaye just said is very accurate. You understand? And what the good comrade is saying is that nothing is going to be done about it. That is the country we are. You know why? Because if you look, our biggest problem is not the leaders we elect to governorship or presidency or House of Rep or Senate. Our biggest problem as a country is the corruption culture that is embedded in the system. You understand?
Yeah.
Because apart from politicians, even society in Nigeria is already there's. You know that Nigerian police is the worst police in Africa. I can say that. For me, every facet of society there's corruption. You understand? You know that is why it comes down to we have a failed system already. No matter, even if we bring Tinubu or anybody tomorrow, it will still be the same because that corruption culture.
But how are we going to do this? Are we going to remain like this forever?
No, we cannot remain like this. We cannot remain like that. That is why what Gino Melai said that, you know, politicians they should be brought to book and persecuted. Because if you see that somebody goes to
the same Gino Melai, the way they talk to you, so
God bless you. He was there for 8 years, from House of Rep to Senate. He was collecting money, 35 million a month. He never complained because it's out of office now. He want to be relevant. Although what he's saying is 100% accurate, but the man in question have issues. Let's leave the man. Let's look at the message.
Mr. Victor, you can see that my panelists agree with. It's true. All these things you are saying, they're not going to change. Oh, they're not because they want to maintain that status quo. Unless you tell them where they go, we vote them out. All of them, no one.
Okay, let me let me put a question to you and the panelists. Can anybody tell me any aspect of Nigeria, any sector or any whether it's politics, whether it's customs, where there is no corruption? Is there any part of is there any aspect of Nigeria, even politics and outside politics?
You are very correct. You are very correct.
But how do we sort this out? How?
God bless you. Recommendation. This is a good comment. I have recommendations. There's a solution to all this.
How do we solve this?
Brilliant. Hear me out. God bless you. I am one man. If I criticize, I also provide solution. That's why I'm different from other panelists.
Hold on, Mr. Victor. I'll come back to you. Go ahead.
Let me give you one area where one way of curbing corruption, because we cannot eliminate it completely. People, but we can reduce it to the barest minimum. So for me, one aspect is the system we have to change we have to make it difficult for people to be corrupt. You understand? Thereby, so sometimes you see civil service, there are ghost workers everywhere, people collecting money. All those are wrong. But if we have a system in place where you cannot, going into government will not even be attractive to you as an individual. Because let's face the fact, in advanced countries, for example, people don't want to even go into government because it's not attractive like that. Except you really want to serve. That's when you go into government. So we have to put a system in place that makes it difficult for people to be corrupt in our institutions.
How do we achieve that? The House of Rep and the Senate is dominated by this same corrupt cabal. How do we achieve that?
Yes.
You think they will make law against themselves?
Listen, they will. Okay. Just look at the new election bill. Why refuse to pass it?
And 70% of the senators and the House of Rep members got votes to override this. It's a decision, but within 24 hours they step down.
They not part of its party.
They step down. They were supposed to override him, but in less than 48 hours, they're checking out.
My panelists are
solution to this Nigeria moving forward.
The only solution is through election.
No, you can't even beat them into the election. They are money bags.
I don't want to mute you guys, please. Hold on, please. I have somebody on the phone. Alex, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, guys. I thank you all for your time and your analysis. I thank you guys for what you have been doing. I've been listening, but though work had not started, but I just came to the office to do some personal things. I'm following you guys from the Obaseki saga about banning or regulating what's it called, charity for the foundations. A lot of foundations have given birth to a lot of good citizens in the society, while some of them recently have started, just 4, 5, 7 years ago, have started to use it as business, especially young people. So anyways, that's not my take. My take is this: what Dindo Melaye just read prompted me to call. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, of course. Yes.
We are very close to the solution. It almost came during SARS protest. There is no political solution. Let's not deceive ourselves. No ballot box solution. Like Omori, we always say, Nigeria's problem is too complex for a political or ballot box solution. It's going to be a full-blown revolution. And let me tell Mr. Good Comrade, do not say nobody wants to die. No. Nigerians are dead already. This is a dead end. It's a dead situation. Nobody is scared of death in Nigeria. That's why you see crime everywhere. People don't care about death anymore. And our leaders, they are gradually beginning to know this. Who is scared of death nowadays? Almost everybody have guns at home. People cut this key themselves. Robbers don't care anymore. They go to rob brothers like they are shot and life to die once. The way our leaders have made us to suffer over the years is more than living in hell. So nobody is scared of death anymore. It's just going to happen when nobody will know it. That revolution will come. It will come very soon. We are at the brink. That's the only way that can correct this wickedness. Where the president used more than almost $1 billion to do trade, $300 million for feeding. Look at it. And it's the same thing with the vice president, with the governors, with the senator. It trickles down even to the councillor. They all have the monies they use, and the people are languishing in electrical darkness, joblessness, insecurity, lack of hope. They can't even go to their farmlands. People can't sleep properly. So the only solution I know, whether we speak English about it or not, whether you say Nigerians are scared of death, nobody is scared of dying anymore. Nigerians are so ready. At any signal, you saw how the SARS protest littered from the nook and cranny of the whole nation. Without plan, everybody just came out at once. That's how it's going to be. And there will be no hiding place, even for Dino Melaye. It's going to start from him and his wicked people, because it was the government too. Dino Melaye will not be spared. He that is out of office and is paying him now that is not there anymore. All of them from 1999 or 1970, those who are saved their lives and their property. The revolution is not coming for ordinary citizens, it's coming for this class of wicked leaders and their generations, those who are going to be on ground. So we are close to it. How it's going to come, we don't know. How did the answer started? We don't know. Somehow something triggered it. Something's going to trigger it. They think they've suppressed us. They think they have won. They think it's going to continue. Nothing continues. Nothing lasts for a very long time. Everything have an expiring date. And their cup is at the brim right now. And some of them know it. So then they continue. He that has here, let him hear. It's going to come and it's going to burn.
Thank you.
It's going to so burn that we will have a fresh country. And I'm waiting for it.
Thank you.
Start now coming out. During SARS protest, I was in the streets for 4 days. So Nigerians, SARS protest will let you know that Nigerians are not scared of death anymore. Ghana don't say if you're a Nigerian man, we hear gunshot, they will run. If you shoot Ghana up, nobody runs again though. Come to finish. Shoot Ghana, they'll just pass you and say, he just gone. They will even come close to look at the kind of gun you are shooting. That's how things are right now.
Thank you.
It's not about people being scared
Thank
anymore.
you, Alex.
It's so bad, it's so wicked, it's so barbaric. This is my contribution. We are coming for them. It will come.
Thank you,
Something
Alex.
will trigger it.
Thank you.
We don't plan it.
I appreciate you. Thank you very much. All right. Let's hear from someone else, my panelists. Please just give us some time. Hello. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening to you. Your name and where you're calling us from. Tom. Please, we can't hear you, sir. We cannot hear you. Turn down your system. Where you are watching me from, turn that one completely down, sir. We are hearing ourselves. Hello, sir. Good morning, sir. Please be audible. Be audible. We are struggling to hear you.
I am, I'm trying.
Okay, sir. Good. Okay, thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah, my name is Sam Wadia. Good morning, and thank you for giving me.
Where are you calling from, sir?
I'm calling from outside Nigeria.
Where? Which country, sir?
South America.
Okay, thank you very much for joining us. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Thank you. And thank you for taking my call. Thank you for giving me voice to speak via your platform.
Thank you, sir.
Before I enter the topic I came here for, please, this Nigeria word belongs to me because it's one of my kinsman. Nobody should use it to spread any type of hate or revolution or anything against anybody. We don't want that here. If you want to spread whatever you want to spread, go spread it through some other means. He's not here for rebellion or anything. This is not the program to do that.
Okay.
Having said that, to this Governor Obaseki proposed a banning of some organization.
Yes, sir.
I am a strong supporter of the governor, and I still stand by him up to today. I've been called out so many times, and I've been insulted or whatever. I really don't care. I campaign for him, and I love his job. I love the work he's doing. If this banning is witch hunting, he will lose my support, and he will send so many people to the street. Because I hear one recalcitrant, who insult people to their mother's womb. People that are youths like him that are coming out to grow and develop and support our state, particularly our city. I've heard him calling out some organization. When he does some illegal stuff on the side, if that is what the governor is doing this for, bro, Mr. Obaseki, my governor, you're going to lose my support. But if you are doing it for transparency, probity, and accountability, I stand by you, sir. I don't know whether he's listening, and I hope he is because
he's listening. He's listening, sir.
So, every platform, every organization, every charity organization is subject to accountability. And there are many proofs of the one that I'm particular, because Obama called this young man, John Osaki. I'm very, very sad to see that some people in our society want to throw stones at each other, and some innocent people. There are some of these guys that I see their work on social media, like one Stanley Osakunokode, great guy, like Apostle, great man. But when you now come out and start to spread the hate against fellow Edo indigenous, you are worse than a terrorist. The governor is doing well for our people. We are seeing the job. I am seeing the job. Not many people will see it. But again, it shouldn't withhold anybody that is doing good job because of personal issue. The governor, I saw him distributing items to people during this youth time. Good job. But he did not do it in the right way. That's why, I feel I spark him for that. Because the people that he was supposed to at least add to the people he was spreading hands to would have been people like that doesn't even have where to get a cup of rice. So some organizations like the Govt Foundation owned by John Osaki should have received some items from the governor. Why are you going to give 2, 3, 4 bags of rice to one riffraff where there are so many people lining up to get 10 cups of rice from an organization that ordinary persons is donating to support. The governor should have spread hand to other public people that is giving away. He did not do that one well.
Okay.
And he shouldn't withhold anybody.
Please,
That is my last word. Governor should not withhold anybody. Everybody is seeing the work so many organizations are doing. The one I know, Govt Foundation, that start all this help, support, personal help in our city. Nobody should push that man. Nobody should touch him.
Okay.
If I'm going to have personal issue with him, do that.
Thank you,
you
sir.
very much.
Thank you, sir.
We are the West.
I'll talk better, sir. Domo, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Before
God bless the caller.
Yes, hold on, sir. Please, we still have Alex. I think you want to respond to that. Alex, go ahead, please.
Sir, the man calling from South America, I want to ask him some questions with due respect. He sounds like an advanced person. You know, I'm brought up in Benin. We have to respect our elders.
And we show respect on this channel 100%.
A lot. Yeah, I want to ask him, has anybody promoted revolution in this platform? The answer is no, but is he happy with the way things are going in Nigeria? The answer is no. Okay, where on earth would there not be a revolution with the way things are going? Do the children born in this country, did they commit a crime by being born in Nigeria? So with the looting, the stealing, the lying, the cartooning every 4 years, is he happy? And is it South America is saying this? That we should not promote it. Nobody is promoting revolution. Nobody promoted NSAS. It was triggered. Revolutions are always triggered, and it becomes nationwide. When you are not doing well as a father, at some point your children we come all out for you. God save you on that day if you make it alive. We are not responsible as a father. I speak about the federal government, the state. I'm not saying going out anybody's government. I'm not for Obaseki. I'm not against him. I'm only telling you the suffering in the land. We only give, when a woman is pregnant, she will give birth. Nigeria is pregnant. We are almost at the 9th month of the child delivery. There's no way, if you like, cover it. If you like, you love about Obaseki to death. That can't change anything. And during NSAS, Obaseki was hiding somewhere. It was Philistine who was on ground. So all the governors were all running out. So it's going to happen again. This time around, they are not coming with flag or singing national anthem. They are coming for we want to survive. So how can you say there will not be revolution? We should not promote war. No, you will not speak about the politicians who are busy looting money on a daily basis. The senators, the presidents, the vice presidents, the rep members, the governors, the state house assembly members. You will not speak about that. They keep teaching a teacher born in this country. Is it a crime to have 24 hours electricity? Why can't they make it a law in the Senate that now, not in 3 years' time, we want electricity in our country?
Exactly.
That's the only project we want to do now. Or we want to create jobs. We're bringing factories.
Very selfish human beings, wicked leaders.
That man from South America, ask him why is he saying?
No, he's entitled to his opinion. Just focus on what you are saying, Alex. Everybody's entitled to their opinion here. We all cannot agree with each other. Thank you.
Yeah,
thank you.
Nigeria Watch.
Yes, sir.
Please, I want to just quickly say something regarding what the caller said regarding foundations. Regarding foundations, you know, he made a mention that foundation is helping people, which is true. It's correct. I don't think all the panelists here, we've all agreed that foundation is a big help in our society. We know that. And he was also mentioning some foundations that they should leave them alone. And listen, there's no witch hunt. The government has said that there are guidelines. If you are within guidelines, you continue. If you are not within guidelines, you'll be. So it's not personal. We just want to follow the law. It's about time we start doing things according to laws in this country. You understand? So whoever the person is, I don't want to mention anybody's name, but I don't like doing that. But he was mentioning something. That's okay. That's okay with him. I don't hold him. I don't want to criticize him for that. That's fine. Whoever names he has mentioned, you understand? If they are operating legally within guidelines, then there's nothing to fear about. So it's not witch hunt. It is not personal. It is all foundations. It's not just one single foundation. So If your foundation is within guidelines, you are operating legally,
you don't need to fear.
Then there's nothing to worry about. I don't see all this saying there's nothing like witch hunts here. This is government.
We have a caller, Mr. Victor. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, your name, and where you are calling us from.
This is Osas from Scandinavia.
Thank you, Mr. Osas. I'm good, my lovely brother. Talk to us.
I know we a little bit digressing on this very topic. The topic is all about the illegal foundation. So we have to acknowledge that word illegal. And who are these illegal foundation? And what is the meaning of that word illegal? What makes them to be illegal? Is it that they are not well registered, or what makes them to be illegal? That is one. Then I have to take my stand. For me, you know, sometimes, especially in Manibia, we always speak or talk out of emotion. They are helping. Does it mean if you are a thief, like the way we are doing it sometimes when he starts spraying money in the market, does that vindicate him? Does that make him a good person?
No.
You know, sometimes we change topic. Okay, first and foremost, to me personally, I want Obaseki to checkmate them and even shut them. You know why? And I have a reason for it. Two reasons. One, most of all this foundation, we see them online, how they display their words, you know. Do you know the meaning of foundation? A philanthropist. If you are a philanthropist, if you are somebody who really want to care or help people, you are supposed to be somebody that people will see and say, oh, this person. You don't need to describe yourself who you are. So when you start displaying your words that you are rich, and when everybody knows you don't have a company, and you seek all this form from people, it makes you to be a fraud. That is one. Two, when I was growing, if anything happened like this court is killing people, you see women will come out because these women, they have this feeling like not like men. The women will be on the street and start saying, please, government, come and join us. But for some time, you don't see these things. We are talking about revolution. These are the area that they are suppressing these people that are supposed to come out on the street. Church and this foundation. Imagine somebody will come to you as I'm seeking for help. You don't trace that person home. You don't even know if that person just come to look for extra fund. You don't even know that person. You will just bring that person out and say, oh, this person needs help. Let's support. Just make a passionate happy. Let's support. No. We have some real foundation that people cannot easily go to, because when you go there, you are going to be going from offices to office. They will checkmate you to your whole house and know if you really need the help you are soliciting for. But in this very foundation that we are seeing in this time, that is not how they operate. And another thing, they start showing their words. We know where some of them start now today. So it's not part of jealous, but we know what is called by humanitarian. When you are humanitarian, you are even more than pastor, because you help people you don't know. So, but when you start displaying yourself, your car, your shoe, and all that, you actually, what are you telling people? But there I have so many people who are interested in foundation. Someone even called me and said, come and join me. I said, what do you want me to do? He said, look, this thing is business. We can invest 500,000 on the street, and the next thing we can get 1.5. I said, what? This is what you want me to join? He said, yes. And he went ahead and opened the foundation. I said, okay, I will donate for you. I cannot join. So you see this thing. If you want to call them up, let him call them up. These are fraud. They are fraudulent. Let's not be sentimental or out of emotion and say they are helping. What are they helping? They are just suppressing people anger. People that are supposed to be on the street and say, no, we are tired. They give them food. They send them home to go and relax. And we say they are happy. They are not happy. They are fraud. All of them are fraud. And this is my take. Thank you, Nigeria Watch.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Everybody entitled to their opinion, like I've always said before.
Hello, Mr. Nigeria Watch. Good comment. Let me call. let me quickly comment, please. This last caller that just called now is making a blanket statement that all of them are fraud. No, that statement is wrong. Foundations are going a long way to help to alleviate pain and suffering, poverty in our society. The government should regulate them, set up committee to go through their day-to-day activities to see how much really comes in. The people that comes for help, are they really being catered for? Government can have a way of regulating them. To kick them out completely is say no for me. It's like we are having just 2 hospitals in Edo State, the entire state, and some foreign individuals that are Edo citizens maybe come from abroad to set up their own clinic and all that. Because they are not registered, but they have qualified doctors and nurses. The government will just say no, or because they've not paid their tax and shut it down. No, you can regulate them, you can correct them, you can guide them to do better, because they are going a long way to also help to alleviate pains, sufferings, and poverty in the land. These are supposed to be the duties of government, but the government has failed on its own functions and duties. That is why it's giving rise to all these foundations. It can be regulated completely just shut them down. It's a no for me. If you shut them down, I have nothing to lose. If you let them operate and regulate them and guide them so they can do better and function better, everybody have a lot to gain, because one way or the other, we are all related one way or the others. There are some people who have been taken for operations, successful operations. They are not living well in the society. Some people, cars, Barbie salon have been set up for some people. They will go to some people's house, rent a house for them, furnish it, give them capital to start petty business. So foundation is helping a great deal, but they need to be regulated. But again, this is where I'm different from other panelists. These people come on social media and solicit for funds. They are not forcing anybody to contribute to them. Can't we put more energy and also ask government to account for the public fund that is holding in trust on our behalf? That is the bigger devil. If you know the fraud in government, he who comes to equity is supposed to come with clean hands. Are those in government clean? There are some local government chairmen, they've never spent 2 years in office. They have about 4 filling stations. Like the Dino Maeda is talking now. It's on public information now. We can see fleet of cars. How can one man have 40 cars in the compound? It's not a transport owner. Is that not sick? Is that not sick? Is that not madness? So those in government should be held accountable. We should put more effort in that aspect. If government is functioning well, all this fraudulent foundation will not be in place in the first place. Then what are we going to do to the beggars? What are we going to do to the beggars? There are some individuals that go to the north to bring those Amajiris now from the north and put them in mission road to be begging. At the end of the day, they make returns back to them. They should also be visited. That's also fraudulent. Yeah. These are people who are supposed to stay back up north and be farming, but they are migrating to the south now, constituting nuisance. No school, no education, nothing whatsoever. So at the end of the day, government should sit up. It's failures of government that gave rise to all this. So that's it.
Nigeria Watch, I want to quickly say something. Yeah. You know, when it comes to government, we all know government is corrupt. You understand? I want to even ask the good comrade a question. Were we not all here when Lucky Gbinder was taken by AFCC? What happened? They released him. Nothing happened. It was persecuted. Where we are all here, Lucky Gbinder, EFCC persecuted him. They took it away. We're thinking Lucky will go to jail. Nothing happened. Nothing came out of it. That tells you the kind of system we are operating. Nothing came out. So when you say that people are not looking at, when they even try to do it, a good case in our state, Lucky Gbinder and EFCC case, what happened? The case died a natural death. They killed it. Nothing happened. And we all know it's SSS in government, but it was not being able to proceed. They just killed the case in court. So what are we saying here? We are just going around in circles. That's my own.
Thank you. Let's round up, my people. I appreciate every one of you. Let's talk to my brother Israel. Israel, talk to us in 2 minutes. Let's round up. We've been here since we have another program straight.
I've been listening to everybody. Thank you very much for all your contributions. My co-panelists and the people that called in, you guys did a tremendous work. We are not criticizing anybody. We are not fighting anybody. Everybody is my friend. Because I believe that if you give Paul this, give Peter also. because that is what the law says. And that is why you see my co-panelists very angry when we disagree on things like that. We are on the same track, but we disagree very little. But I want to urge everyone as Edo, as Nigerians, we should do what is right to make sure we put sanity in our state. These people have cheated us enough. These people have put us in jeopardy. And if we don't start doing it, as my co-panelist said, let us be checkmating them like this, they are not going to change. And they are not ready to change, but we are going to change them. We are not going to act as the system that is going to tell them of full name. That is what I want to tell them. Please don't use this to say we hate we don't hate anybody. We are all here for solution. And the solution is, if we cannot get these people out by the ballot paper, I know we can do that by this ideology of voting them out. If we cannot do this, the other way then is to say a revolution. Everybody sits at home, government will paralyze, and they are going to learn from their lessons. Please, my people, let us continue to tell the truth. Don't start following people that will send you to the back door, or that will send you to hell. Follow who know road. I know what I'm saying, because there are lots of platforms that are diverting our people's head. They are not giving you education. They are just giving you lies and propaganda. Please, please, it is good we follow the right channel. Thank you very much.
The good comrades, please round up with us, sir.
Now, moving forward, if we must attain greatness as a nation, two things very important: strong institution. The government, if those who claim to be the decent ones, the honest ones in the society right now, then they should start thinking of how to run for offices to dominate the House of Rep and the House of Senate. If we have trusted Nigerians who have the fear of God in those positions, and they are there to always checkmate the executive, the president, I think we will be getting closer to where we want to attain. And again, we should carry out some certain reforms, independent of the judiciary, and a salary structure for the members of the judiciary. If they are well paid, and the police, we should start employing graduates into the police force and pay them so well, 300,000 a month. If you pay them so well, you provide accommodation and logistics car vehicle for them, and they are very effective, and you remove them from under the presidency. The FBI is not under the presidency in America. They are like an independent body. They can even investigate the president. So this is the only way to go. If the judiciary is made strong and we carry out reforms in the police, it will also help us. Revolution. You people are talking about revolution. My only fear about that is that, two, the youths are not ready. A man who have not eaten, bribing with all 5,000-10,000, he will sell out. That is it. Okay, even during the NSAS protest, we saw videos where those in government now, in this present government now, with government official Prados, sharing money, went to bring a Marjorie to be attacking the genuine Nigerians who were protesting. Right now.
My people,
they were even attacking the genuine Nigerians who were protesting during NSAS. The same youth. The same youth. So the government have a way of doing this divide and rule.
Okay.
Because there's poverty in the land.
Okay. We lost you there, the good comrade. You're back now. Can you hear me?
But I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you loud and clear.
Okay, go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
There's poverty in the land. That is why when you say revolution, the youth are not ready for change. If the youth organize themselves well and speak with one voice, no governor, no government, no president can take us for granted. So that is why we, who claim to be enlightened, who claim to be good, to start enlightening the people, educate them now to know their rights. Let them know that 10,000 they are even taking is their person, is their money, it's taxpayers' money. So we have to start carrying that but okay, let me give you a classical example. How did Mandela succeed? Mandela sat down and saw the injustice in South Africa. A black man, my own country, a white will come and dominate. White people have farmland. Me, a black man, cannot access land in my own country. He started with his wife. From his wife, his community, his street, his municipal, started discussing, holding seminars. The movement was growing. They became a national matter. So what am I trying to say? We have to start talking. We might not get it right in 2023. It's too close. Because a country that took almost 50 years to be destroyed cannot be fixed in 5 years. But the talk must start now. That's why we are talking now. Revolution, there will be bloodshed. I'm against that. There are peaceful and more mature way of achieving it. Let's compare those in government now. The House of Rep and the Senators, our lawmakers, to start making reforms. The judiciary must get their money from source directly. Police must be getting their money from source directly, and they must be well paid. So we can start employing graduates, send people into the police force. There are some police officers now who cannot even write employment letter. Application for employment. So we need to carry out reforms in our strong and work on our strong institutions. That's the only way we can achieve what we are looking for.
Thank you.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year, sir. Yes.
Yeah, you wanted me to.
Yes. Yes. I just want you to round up in 1 minute. 1 minute.
Please. Okay. I would try my best. You see, what I want to say is that going forward as a nation, I think we need revolution is needed, but political revolution that is needed, because our politics now, the way it is now, is dominated by some certain cabals who have hijacked the whole political system to themselves. So we need political revolution. A lot of people are clamoring for youth. Yes, it's good to have youth, but we also need to have the right youth, competent youth in power. That is one aspect. That is with regards to our politics. It must change, because the way it is going now, we will still keep recycling the same people from the same group of cabal that have hijacked the political system. So we need political revolution in our country. Number two is the side of development, infrastructural and oral development. What I believe, you understand? I think that for Nigeria going forward as a country, not just Edo State, now as a country going forward, we need restructuring. Our system is too centralized. We need to decentralize a little bit. Even if it's not complete decentralization, that is where each region will develop at their own pace, and development will be faster, and they will control their resources. Because now, you get what handed to you from the federal government. If it's 1 million, 5 naira, that is what you work with, whether it's enough or not. Okay, they're talking about oil. What is 13% derivation? That is peanuts compared to the oil that is the money of the oil money that is coming. So we don't have control of most of those resources are in the exclusive list of the federal government. Those things need to change. And lastly, our constitution now is what was handed to us by the military. We need to change our constitution. It's not working.
It's not.
We are operating a wrong constitution. Let us change it for us to go forward. So a lot of things need to be in place. The system is not working properly. So we cannot be operating on a constitution that was handed over to us by the military. So who wrote our constitution then? Did we all agree on our constitution? It's not correct. So those are the things I think need fixing. You understand? So
the constitution is even a fraudulent document in the first place.
It's fraudulent, my brother. It's fraudulent, good comrade. It's rubbish. We need to sit down again and rebuild that constitution.
Let us round up. Let us round up.
So at the end of the day, thank you very much. Thank you very much,
Mr. Victor, we want to be having you more, because I can't say that to the good comrade. I can't say that to Israel, because we all are here together.
Yes. But even our co-panelist, he's a very active person and very educated. I like him whenever he's on, because when there's not a heated debate like this, we don't get forward.
Who are you talking about, sir?
I'm talking about you, sir.
Oh, the good comrade. No, yes, my inspiration comes from God. It's natural. I'm sorry.
No, it's not about. We are not.
There's
fighting.
no apology about it. I know. I said my inspiration comes from God.
Everybody's yes.
We want more of Mr. Victor on our debates, because
yes, he sounded well. We need him.
Yes, I learned a lot from him. We all are learning from each other every day. That's why it is called debate. You speak, I oppose you. You disagree, I agree. Then we learn. Whoever that always argue to win, we never go nowhere. We argue to learn.
Yes.
Thank you.
To learn. That is the spirit. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
I just want to ask you, is there a debate this Friday?
Yes, of course. Every Friday,
course.
that's every 7 p.m. Europe time. Every Friday. You know, it's just that now we're having more debate within the week. But that Friday on is 100%.
Okay. I will try and be there.
Please join us. And my Niger Watch family on the comment section, or you all watching me right now, join us on this straight broadcast, because I just pasted it on the comment section. Click on it, just join me. I'm ending this one now, and I'm going straight. This is land grabbing, another land grabbing.
No,
issue.
quickly before you go, Mr. Israel should lead us in prayers. Closing prayer, please, Mr. Israel.
Okay, that's good. Okay, Mr. Israel, go ahead on that.
Okay, thank you very much, sir, for giving that. We must respect God. Right, Heavenly Father, we thank you, Lord, for this great day you have created for us. We thank you for all the people who are listening to us as we are sharing the importance of education in our system. Father, give us the strength, give us the spirit of assimilation for us listening to be able to assimilate all what we're doing. Father, give us that power to be able to bring good governance to our society. Our society has led a lot of people into jeopardy. Father, we pray for our country, Nigeria, to touch the mind of these leaders to do what is needed for our great people. Father, we also bless the co-panelists who are here to share out the sensitive information for our viewers, and also the owner of the channel, the CEO, Nigeria Watch, as is bringing us to this limelight. Father, we pray for all of us. Give us good guidance and protect us all. All this we pray through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen.
He said,
he said,
I say Israel go two-ton pastor now.
No, I not feel be pastor. God never called me. The only thing God called me say,
then you can call God. You can call God. Call God is allowed.
No, sir.
Now they call God though.
Call God, he will answer.
So I'll ask you to help me call God.
Have you seen some of the prophecy by some of these pastors? Prophecy for the new year. It's laughable.
To talk about that one, sir.
Yeah, very important though. God said, God spoke to me. God said,
they never tell you.
Can you imagine?
God said the pandemic.
Thank you, my people.
They should go to hospital and start healing people.
Yes, join me on the link on the comment section. I'm going live straight away as I end this. Thank you very much, and God bless everyone.
Yeah, God bless everybody.
Bye.
I love you all.
Bye, everybody.
Right.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, my brother. Yeah, bye, my brother.
Old school.